The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, what? Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
Ah!
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers,
You pig! Stop! Damn it!
be a friend, tell a friend something nice, could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this National Espresso Martini Feel Good Friday, March 15, 2024. This sports program starts now.
Sports!
I'll tell you what, this particular sports program is certainly going to be one. Yeah, a couple of us that are in front of microphones right now had the incredible opportunity to travel back to the great town of Plumboro, which is in the East Hills of Pittsburgh, to chit-chat with sports teams and celebrate something that has been taking place over the last couple of years and in a beautiful fashion. Myself, obviously the one in the all-black there, R2 there. To my right, Eddie Edwards, who's a Plum High School grad, now an agent. Right next to me is CFO Phil. He is incredibly jocked right now. On the far left, wearing a white hoodie, which a lot of us questioned why you would ever wear that particular white hoodie.
Sure.
But it did match his incredible Air Forces he was wearing that particular day. He's an old gym teacher of ours, old coach of mine, Keith Nonnenberg. That is his basement, and we were only supposed to be in his basement for 20, 30 minutes.
At most.
That was all it was supposed to be after the We're All Mustangs Here Fund celebration and meeting took place after, we kind of laid out to a new group of boosters and coaches because there's been a little bit of turnover, what the fund's all about. Like, hey, you guys have access literally to millions of dollars right now where we can help the athletic fund. We can help the boosters. We've gotten a chance to give uniforms and shooting machines and I mean so much back. It was cool. It was a cool night to celebrate, but we were only supposed to be in this particular gentleman's basement for about 20, 30 minutes before we hopped on a plane back to Indianapolis, Indiana and said, boy, it was fun being in Plum.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And there was tornadoes in Indianapolis. So flight couldn't take off for maybe another hour. Sure. Okay, so let's do one more. We'll do one more beer.
Fine. Mm-hmm.
One more.
We'll do one more espresso martini, right? Yeah, we're all having a good time.
Should.
And another tornado touches down in Indiana. We hope everybody's okay. The weather was wild last night, so it gets delayed another hour. All of a sudden, it's 2:30 a.m., and we had done the one more 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
We had quite an evening in Plum last night, but it was to celebrate sports. It was to celebrate everything that's going on. It was to celebrate all the great humans back there, and we did do the celebrating. We did celebrate as much as we possibly could. Today should be a fantastic program. There's a lot of things that are taking place around the NFL still on like this 4th or 5th day of the free agency period being opened on Monday during the tampering period. We're in a new league year, so there's a lot of salary cap moves. We thought the Chargers were potentially done. Keenan Allen's now a Chicago Bear.
Whoa.
Who's going to be his quarterback?
Good question.
Who's going to be his quarterback? Is this all for Justin Fields? Is Justin Fields looking around the Chicago Bears going, what the... You guys are getting rid of me, and now we're making the team really good. What is the deal? We're making all these plays, and I'm getting shipped out of here? Or is this for Caleb Williams to get another weapon? To make sure Caleb Williams has a safety blanket, a man who seemingly is always open for the Chargers, has been a staple of the Chargers offense. Now he is a member of the Chicago Bears. Chargers are able to open up some money, I would assume, for the salary cap and everything they got going on. Who knows what moves they'll make with that extra fund. Keenan Allen's a guy you want on your team. I love this move for the Chicago Bears. We have no idea what they're going to do at number one still. Everybody assumes it's Caleb Williams, but then you started hearing people chat, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Now, is that just draft season BS? Probably. But all I see is the Chicago Bears trying to get better. Congratulations, Viva Luzido.
Oh, yeah, thank you, guys.
We're back.
I know you Chicago Bears fans have been yearning for success for a very long time. Feels like this particular front office and everything understands that. Poles is making moves, and they're calling him Big Pole Poles. And I think he's making a lot of big pole moves. And you guys might end up on the pole of the NFC at some point, and we shall see. Congratulations to you guys. Also, another team that is just in the middle of a dynastic run signs a perfect player for their roster, a perfect player for their offense. Did we know this guy was available? How come we hadn't been talking about Marquise Hollywood Brown, Antonio Brown's cousin, who is an absolute weapon, fast freak show on the football field, was originally with the Baltimore Ravens. There was a lot of drama with how they were using him in that offense. He gets traded on draft night, if you do recall, to the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody knew about it. He was roommates with Kyler in college. They were friends. They were back. He was used in a way where he could get open quick, all this type of stuff. And now the Kansas City Chiefs, who I think have identified that they had wide receiver issues last year, make a massive move, bringing in a guy who's going to go into this offense and have the greatest season of his life. And that's just how it works whenever you're the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's how it works when 31 other teams don't see this same exact picture that Andy Reid sees. Andy Reid actually in on the recruiting of Hollywood to come to the team. He goes, Hollywood, think red today, okay? KC red. With diamonds. Ooh. How about the wink emoji?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Imagine Andy Reid just dropping one of these. Hey, Apple, can we get a emoji with a big mustache so Andy Reid can use it a little bit better? You know, if that thing had a big Andy Reid mustache on it, that would be awesome. He'd be able to seal the deal maybe a little bit more with those winks that he's sending out all these places. Multiple exclamation points still. I'm excited, he says, Andy Reid. And then Hollywood Brown responds, yes, sir, love the sound of that. Heart rings. He said, I love him.
Bingo.
Think Hollywood Brown. Lights, camera, action. Rockets. I wonder if Andy Reid looked at that and said, shut up.
There's a chance.
I do wonder if he said it, or if he said, hell yeah, that's all I've been thinking, pal. That's why we're paying you $11 million for a one-year deal in retooling a position group that the middle of a Super Bowl champion back-to-back dynastic run actually was a little bit weaker than you would think around the NFL. Now they're retooling, so the NFL is still cooking. There's a lot of things happening. The NBA's taking place. There's stuff. We'll have Big Perk on us on the show in about 14, 15 minutes or so. Dan Orlovsky will join us in the second hour. Can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Something absurd.
He's got so many thoughts.
So many thoughts.
So many takes. Think about what he's been doing, just thinking of takes. I saw one where he was sitting in his kitchen and he was like talking to the camera as if we were sitting at the bar that he was at. Welcome to the Orlovsky bar. And he's breaking down Chicago, the number one pick, Fields, Caleb, and he's doing this whole thing. He's got to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to let us know what is happening in the second hour. And then we'll have a weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends. Us being friends, he being Rap Sheet in the third hour, he and Rapoport. I'm not alone today. No. The Talks the Table is here. At Boston Connor and Ty Schmidt. And Ty, you should have seen your brethren Connor operate last night in Plumboro. It was a scene last night for Connor.
I've heard a little bit about it. I mean, obviously, Connor got into the office today about 10:45, 11 o'clock, which is not typical for him. And first thing he did when he came in, just said he was hurting. He was hurting bad. I think he had already showered, had to take another shower. Had the sunglasses on, obviously. So, yep, there they are.
Still got him.
Wish I would have seen it live in person, but if I know anything about Connor, I kind of have a perfect picture in my mind of what last night
he was having a good time. Yeah, Connor was having a good time. When we found out National Espresso Martini Day was around the corner as well,
hands are tied.
Those things start flowing about, 10 p.m., you're having espresso martinis.
Yep.
Okay, that normally means, because espresso is going to give you a little bit of juice.
A little bit dangerous.
And then at like 10:30, you're having another one. And then flight's delayed. Okay, we'll have another one, 11:15.
Yep.
Right.
So when you're having 4 espresso martinis, the last one coming at about 12:30, 12:45.
Oh, baby.
You've signed up for what the next few hours are going to be.
Yep.
You asked for this.
Yes.
This is what you did. And there was numerous conversations, not only with each other, but amongst ourselves in our brains going, wow, tomorrow's going to suck. But can't fly into a tornado.
No, can't do it.
What do you want us to do?
Yeah.
And we're sitting at this bar in Keith's basement that was top notch.
Oh, yeah.
Great wood on this guy's bar.
So nice.
We're talking about it's enough for like 10 people to just be pounding on it. and it didn't even budge.
Nope.
1:30, 2 a.m., neighbors might have heard a drum kit going off because we were seeing how sturdy this bar was. And it was. It was beautiful. Foreman, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But anyways, Connor, you had a fantastic night. Brand new hat. I think Mustangs are happy that you act like you're a Mustang.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice to kind of see everybody, meet everybody again, see them again rather not meet them for the first time. But it was a cool little event to experience because, the stuff, you don't really get to hear the things that you guys are actually doing in person. So, like, being able to be there, the whole PowerPoint. Zeet had a great presentation deck.
Great work,
put
Zito.
together for you guys.
Now, the screen was actually in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we were speaking in the front of the room.
Sure.
But they told us where we were was actually the back of the room. In the front of the room is actually where all the tables were for people to sit. So
I don't know if that's going to work.
yeah, I think we potentially were the first people to ever use this room in the fashion in which we were using it at the Plumboro building. Beautiful building.
So nice.
Beautiful building.
Nicest bathroom I've ever been in.
Leave your hands like this. Opens the door.
Can't
just push it open.
Yeah.
You know what they call that building?
It's like Mission Impossible. It was like, what do they call it?
That's the building that Coach Diggs built.
Well, I'll tell you what they're calling it, the people I talk to. Very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the people
who
that are
he is.
paying the taxes.
That's
who
how
he is.
the
The
toilet
people's
wipes your
tax.
butt.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are like, "This is what you're paying for." As I put my hand in front of a laser, basically, to open the bathroom, the men's room.
Oh, yeah.
I open it up. I go, "Damn, that had to be so expensive." Some plum yinzer goes, "It was. We're paying for it." I just walked by. It was like, "That's awesome." Go into the bathroom. We got marble floors, pretty much.
Gorgeous.
It's the nicest building I think I've ever been in, actually. And but there was the setup. It was not so. Zito's 7-slide deck that he put together in beautiful fashion,
Flawless.
was behind everybody's head the entire time. Like right, it was like behind them. But they did turn around a couple times to get good eyes on it.
Nice.
And Zeet, do not think that your time was wasted doing that. It was fantastic. Now we have to move on from last night because last night was awesome. One half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys. Tone Diggs' eyes are as wide as a deer staring into headlights. We have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Donald
Damn.
is retiring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No.
No way.
Hey, Aaron, AD, game wrecker, Hall of Famer, GOAT. Congratulations on a hell of a run.
Hell yeah.
Out of Penn Hills in Pittsburgh, the East Hills of Pittsburgh. Actually probably drove by his house last night on our way back home to Plumboro. Has done nothing short of represent his town, his family, his city in football superbly. Congrats on a hell of a run, AD. We all appreciated getting to watch you play football.
Yeah. Incredible.
You were an absolute terrorizer of offensive linemen. The amount of people that lost hours and hours of sleep because they were playing against you probably spans and scans a lot larger than you could ever imagine, going all the way back to high school, let alone in college at Pitt, where you put an entire program on your back. You've donated so much money back to the University of Pittsburgh that you have your own workout facility there. So not only do you go ahead and make it, you also give back to your community, you give back to your university, you give back to your town. Aaron, you did it right, pal. You did everything right. Hey, in that story about you telling your dad that he doesn't have to work anymore whenever you got paid is a beautiful thing. Aaron, you did it right, AD. Congratulations on a hell of a run. I did not expect this.
No, at all.
I had no idea this was coming. What an absolute stud. And now the Rams are staring down a situation where they lose one of their pillars that we thought they were rebuilding with. Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford. You keep Aaron Donald. Who else is on the team? We don't know. That was literally the conversation last year.
Bingo.
And they continued to win and win and win and win. And it was like, okay, this is McVay's future. McVay and Snead and the boys want to build around these greats. We'll get some young guys that are cheap, and then we'll be able to still be in contention, even though the NFC West is a bear and will continue to be, because who's in it? Oh, the San Francisco 49ers. Now they're going to have to figure out who's going to be their leader on the defensive side. They're going to have to figure out how to add another game wrecker. That's obviously something for them to figure out. And for us, what's Aaron Donald going to do? He's getting into acting. He's going to be modeling.
Maybe.
Sure. He wants.
He's getting lifting.
Yeah,
He's getting an
bodybuilder.
influencer.
Yeah.
Because if he just get one post a day of him working out, just like Debo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Harrison was doing. Hey, what am I doing today? Oh, I'm going to bench 525 pounds. Okay, sweet. And then anything else? Yeah, I'm going to rep it, actually. I'm just going to do this 15 times, and then I'll have somebody put a little music behind it. All of a sudden now I'm getting millions of views every single day because I am a freak whenever it comes to strength. The world is his oyster at this point.
Yeah, very much so. And I was just looking, in 10 years, his 10-year career, he made 10 Pro Bowls. So every single year. Every single year.
At D-line, those are like, when you're a rookie, D-line, interior D-line.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're dealing with grown-ass men.
Yeah,
literally. So he's 21, 22 years old getting in there and just like, you're in my league now. Straight into the Pro Bowl. What a stud, dude.
8 All-Pros, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. And a few of those Defensive Player of the Years, it was like one of the few times in history of the NFL where you're like, hey, he should actually be, the MVP of the league. Like
J.J. Watt has had a couple of those years. One of those years, he would say. Aaron had like 2 of those. Aaron Donald had like 2 years where he
17, 18.
Everybody was kind of like, hey, this guy's the best player in football.
Yeah.
This is not even a question. Anytime the Rams played, and this is very abnormal with the way NFL football had been going offensively. We want to throw the ball. We want to spread it out. We want yards. We want points. We want highlights.
Right.
We want this. Defense, we're cutting back on how you can play defense. Figure it out. Be an athlete. Can't tackle anymore, but figure it out. Stop them. Felt like there was a time where they were going to be the Washington Generals, the defense, taking on the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, can't tackle, can't lower your head. There's a strike zone that's getting smaller. Can't throw the quarterback down. It's like, well, how am I supposed to play defense? In a time in which that took place throughout his career, he maintained being a violent, physical specimen that called for every single commentary crew to spotlight him and talk about him for at least 2 full series. There'd be another offense on the field, which is normally the topic of conversation. And all Chris Collinsworth, all Troy Aikman, all Tony Romo, all Stink, Mark Schlereth, all they're talking about is like, look at this guy in the middle of the field. And he wouldn't even make a play. He would get like triple teamed. Like, look where he just took up 6 arms. That is every single play. It's like every play, he was the focal point for offenses. There was checks. Aaron Donald this way, Aaron Donald that way. We got eyes on 99. I think the different names, I assume this is going to come out from teams and from ex-offensive linemen. The things that they would call their protection going in against the Rams to deal with that thing that was in the middle of it, I assume that'll continue to roll out. AQ has told stories about how before we're even calling a play, we are trying to figure out where the hell 99 is. And then once you get a little bit of a beat on where he is, okay, now we'll go into that play. And then you would motion, and he was one of the first interior D linemen. I know there's been others in the past, but if you ran a motion, he knew what you were doing. So he wasn't just like middle linebacker, Luke Kuechly they talk about, understanding the formation. Oh, this is the play you're going to run. Safeties, Troy Polamalu. He knew exactly what you were going to do. At the interior D lineman spot, not easy because your hands in the dirt. You don't have eyes on everything. But Aaron Donald somehow, with like a sixth sense, had the ability to know what you were going to do because of how either a guard was lined up, a motion that you did, and he would make his own shifts before plays would be snapped and just ruin everybody's game plan. He was, hey, what a beast, dude. I am bummed out.
Yeah, seriously.
He's too big, too strong, too fast to be as good as he was at football. And now we don't get to watch it anymore.
Yeah. Who's going to train with knives now?
They were real, too.
They were.
I forgot about him training with knives in the offseason.
Who's going to do that now?
And don't forget, he was the one who put the pressure or sacked Burrow at the end of the Super Bowl to win the thing for them.
And Chase was open.
That
would have been a touchdown. Cincinnati Bengals win Super Bowl, if not for Aaron Donald saying, oh, I make one play, we win a Super Bowl, and then immediately doing this number here. How about he was the guy that sprained both of Carson Wentz's ankles on one play?
Yes,
That's
he was.
right.
People forget about that.
Yeah, some of his photos. Like if you just search Aaron Donald absurd photos, there's that one of him like in the air getting held by 2 guys,
jumping
splitting them. Yeah, he's a freak of nature. That really sucks. I did not expect that whatsoever.
He's like he somehow has the feet of a ninja.
Yep.
Yeah.
while also having the
nimble.
power of a Debo. Like he didn't make sense.
So jock.
He's supposed to be on the outside too. Like if he was just on the outside, one-on-one with a tackle, who knows what his numbers would be?
Ooh.
Who knows? If he focused full time on just being outside pass rusher, defensive end, outside linebacker, who knows? Instead, he's inside dealing with 2 to 3 people every single play, still wreaking havoc because he's training with knives.
That's right.
Because his hands were phenomenal. His body, man, what a player. That sucks. This is supposed to be Feel Good Friday, Aaron. Why don't you do it on a Monday?
Yeah.
It's feel good for him. Great career. He's going off into the sunset.
I agree. I'm talking.
No.
What about us,
Me
Tony?
too.
I'm talking. I'm hungover and I'm bummed out.
You're right. We didn't need
Super
that.
bummed that.
Today we did. This is not the day that we needed.
Didn't need that.
The tornadoes come through town. Couldn't
Exactly.
fly in. Had to drink all the booze and plum.
No choice.
And then all of a sudden, East Hills legend of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like
Look at that thing.
Does he play
nobody
running
looks
back?
like that.
Look at that. Oh, he must be like 210 pounds because he weighs that
It
much.
really does look like he weighs about 220.
Yeah, no, he's like 265, 270.
This guy's 280.
285 pounds.
It is crazy too that, like, I mean, I guess going out on your own terms, but he feels like he would have been the guy, like, made the Pro Bowl every single. He's still as elite gets to just be like, I know after they won the Super Bowl, he kind of had that like, I don't know how much longer I want to do this, but then it was kind of like, no, him, McVay, and Stafford are all on the same page. They want to come back and try to get another one, like. I don't know. It's just crazy to think because we always talk about like guys never want to retire when they're at the top of their game. Like he could have done this for another 7 to 10 years. It feels like.
Yeah, a couple years ago after the Super Bowl, if he would have retired, I think we all would have been like, "Hey, do your thing."
Yeah,
Accomplished
makes sense.
everything.
Then he
he
said he
wanted
got
to.
like addicted to the confetti, I think.
Yeah.
Or somebody else said you can get addicted to the confetti, and he wants to do it again. So then came back, and we were all super pumped about it. I guess we should have understood that it was probably house money we were playing with Aaron Donald's entire career. But nonetheless, good on you. Congrats. You did good, bro. You did. I don't think we've met him one time, right? He was there for Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that's right.
Brought you guys pizza.
No sauce.
Immediately it was just like, oh yeah, of course he's the dude.
Of course, this guy likes Pizza Hut.
Yeah, duh. He gets it.
He did bring a pizza with no sauce, so it was almost like a
good,
cheese bread, but like
Yep. Banana peppers. Sausage, and no sauce.
no sauce. Yeah, it was great. We ate
It was
the
Yeah,
shit out
we
of it.
did. We did.
Look how big. Tony, look at you.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
look at that
Oh, I
fat.
forgot he
Yeah.
had ice cold dews there too.
Oh, man,
yeah.
the things I would do for an ice cold do right now.
Yeah, he was great on our program.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Can we order a couple ice cold Mountain Dew? Todd, we need that now. On this Feel Good Friday.
You brought your telescope to.
Had to.
Yeah, that was my. What was that thing? What's that?
Spotter.
Monoscope.
Yeah,
Monoscope.
Monoscope.
Did that make the move? Nah, it's up in the
Should've.
front. Okay, I just heard it's up in the front if we need it.
Okay.
That thing. Remember?
That's where Ty got pushed off the stage by Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Almost
You look
broke
like a
his back.
young man right there.
Yeah, probably about 25, 30 pounds lighter then.
I am
I
so
thought you were going to
fat
say
that-
25, 30,000 Jack and diets ago.
Well, that's a given. but
Yeah, I thought that was fun. Hey, Aaron, thank you for everything you did. Now, as we pivot away from that particular news, it's time for us to be doing the news.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, new segment. Doing the news, doing the news, doing the news, doing the news with Tone Diggs. Diggs on this Feel Good Friday. Why don't we do some of the news that we missed and maybe keep us updated on things that we haven't chatted about?
We have mentioned some of the bigger stories, obviously.
Doing the news, doing the news, doing the news, doing the news with Tone Diggs.
That's the best.
We have
Can
covered
we do it
some of
again? I didn't know this. I didn't know this was happening. This is awesome.
Well, maybe if you showed up on time,
Everything's
you would
going
know.
on. Hey, can you please go through that door?
Yeah, here we go.
Please, please.
Here we go.
Can you please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not like the biggest segment show. We don't really
No.
like to plan or think things out. But when some people get back at 4:30 a.m. because tornadoes held up a plane on a trip back from Pittsburgh, and there might have been some alcohol. Not yet. Not yet.
Hold on.
Not yet.
Hold.
Not
Tony.
yet.
That wasn't my fault. It's playing in Bill's office, and I heard the jingle, and it said with Tone Diggs.
That was the last. He's 30
Okay.
seconds
Yeah,
behind.
it is.
This is disgusting.
That was great. That was great.
You want to blow down to take one?
Holy shit. That was incredible. How about the graphic?
I mean,
look at this.
He took that this morning.
Yeah. It was incredible.
Just so you know, a little inside baseball. Tone hates this.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
Oh, yeah.
He's so mad.
Pissed right now.
He's so mad that we're doing this. Oh, Dirty, good graphic, buddy. Dirty, way to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time that we start doing the news, doing the news, doing the news, doing the news with Tone Let's go, Tone. Let's do this. Come on, Tone. Big intro. Okay, big hype. Let's hear what it's all about. Let's do the news, Tone. What do we miss, pal?
Today at 12:23, the leading stories were that Marquise Brown, who was formerly of the Ravens and the Cardinals, was traded to the signed with the Kansas City Chiefs as a free agent. We covered that earlier in the show. Keenan Allen was traded from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Chicago Bears for a 4th-round draft pick.
What are they doing up there? Is there any inside information on if this is Caleb?
They are. I think they realized their shortcomings as far as weapons went with their last quarterback that they drafted, and they are trying to load up for their future quarterback, Caleb Williams. I believe that's the case. And we just covered the Aaron Donald retirement. Something we haven't talked about yet when we're doing the news.
Doing the news,
Doing the news, doing the news, doing the news.
Me.
You. Okay, all right. Let's do the news.
A little bit of sneaky news that may fly under the radar today. The Vikings acquired the 23rd overall draft pick from the Houston Texans. So now in the draft for the first round, they have the 11th overall pick and the 23rd overall pick. A lot of people speculating that they did this so that they can package those picks and move up into the top 5 of the draft to get a quarterback of the future. They recently signed Sam Darnold on a 1-year, $10 million deal to maybe be a bridge quarterback or start a few games before the quarterback that they are going to draft comes in. But this was a little bit of news that's going to impact the draft in about 6 weeks, but it's a little bit of a sneaky situation. It's definitely going to affect things.
Not often this far out do you see just like draft pick trades.
Yeah.
No.
Normally like draft day, draft night, there's like, we'll give you this, you give us this in return, and it's like not even worthy of chatting about. This one is obviously worthy because the bundle situation that Tone was talking about, 11 and 23 are worth a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
Now, is that real in negotiations and when you're trying to trade these things? Possibly. But 11, 23, and you think you put in there maybe a next year or something, you could probably get up into the top 3, top 4 if you really wanted to. Not saying that's what they're doing. We're just saying if they're trying to acquire valuable picks to make a move, it's like KOC's going his eye on a young guy.
For sure.
KOC's thinking to himself, wait a minute, Sam Darnold, you just need to complete passes, okay? I had the pastronaut winning games when I was telling him the actual plays while I was relaying it in on the headset, live, 2nd and 10. I am telling him who to throw the ball to. Sam Darnold can throw the rock. Sam Darnold, if he can make the right decisions, which I don't think we've seen him do just yet. Has not had the opportunity. He was under the Gase umbrella with the Jets. Carolina Panthers, it didn't work out, but Panthers. And then he goes to the Niners, and one person called him the greatest ball spinner to ever wear a San Francisco 49ers jersey, which let's not even talk about the disrespect that is to Joe and Steve and the history of the 49ers faithful, which probably got offended immediately. But also that was like Brock Purdy ain't worth a damn, seemingly, is what that was said. Brock Purdy is worth a damn. Brock Purdy's still a guy. So Sam Darnold, coming off a lot of hype, I think, whenever he signed with the Niners, didn't get a chance to ruin it or kind of exploit it.
True.
So now he gets an opportunity on a $10 million deal, which is not a lot of money, to kind of showcase that he can be a starter somewhere else. Maybe he can be the future with the Vikings. And then if you think about getting a young guy, it's like not a bad idea to have him sit behind Sam for a year. You're going to have to pay Justin Jefferson. You got Jordan Addison. You got TJ Hawkinson. It's like not a bad time.
Aaron
Jones now.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is all in. I'm saying. He's very happy to be a part.
He's a team guy. He's a team guy.
Skull.
I won't be doing that, but
Skull.
I hope Aaron Jones does well.
Skull.
Just not against the Packers.
Skull. 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 skull, 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 skull. Vikey! Yeah. Do it for Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones did a lot for you.
No, I agree.
Why don't you care about Aaron Jones?
I do.
Oh, this is what's wrong with the Packers.
No.
And society.
I was not
And
saying
society as a whole.
I
yeah.
was not saying anything. I just said, hey, I want him to do well. I hope he does well. Aaron Jones, consummate professional, consummate team guy. Just don't want him to do well against the Packers.
I love that we just did the news. Honestly, you did fantastic.
Thank you.
We'll revisit next hour because we're going to run out of juice here at some point.
There's a lot of news.
We just got done doing the news, doing the news, doing the news, doing the news.
Who made that graphic, by the way? It's
Dirty.
an old photo.
Dirty made that graphic. And
It's an old photo.
to be clear, when he sent it over to me to say, like, I say, hey, we're doing the news today. We need a graphic. The Dirty goes, you got it. He knew exactly where he was heading with this thing. He sent it over, and I asked him before looking at it. I said, is this the final graphic, you think? Or are we taking, we need add a little more before I look at it? He goes, it's the one. And he was right.
Yes, he was.
I mean, I have never seen a better graphic for a segment in my life.
I agree.
Than that one right there.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Look how official you look, how serious you look. And on the other side of it, actual journalism. So,
Yeah.
Good seg.
yeah,
Great
it's the
seg.
Great seg.
days. You did great.
Thank you.
2 entrances too for yourself. That's good.
Yep.
Okay, joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a 16-year NBA veteran who is now looking thinner than ever on TV, on ESPN as an NBA pundit and talking head. Friend of the program. Some people call him racist. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, Perk.
What's up, Perk?
Hey, there they go. Hey, the news, the graphic, the cowboy hat, rodeo style. Hey, that was phenomenal.
Oh, we did. Hey, okay.
Thank you, Perk.
Holy hell, Perk.
go.
I didn't even know. I didn't
It's a
expect
Feel Good Friday.
immediate, like TV critic stuff to happen, but it sounds like we're getting 2 thumbs up from the big Perk. Is that what I just heard on that segment?
Yeah.
I wish you had 2 more hands so you could give that segment 4 thumbs up. That's what we're talking about with doing the news. Anyways, Perk, let's talk about NBA news here. I saw Charles Barkley say something hilarious. He said, the idiots at the other network, okay, I think he's talking about ESPN, keep talking like the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors have a chance. Shaq checked them immediately, was like, they have the play-in. And then Chuck, the play-in's not real, is what Charles Barkley said immediately. Now, Charles Barkley's one of the greatest speakers of all time. Anytime he talks, I will listen. The Miami Heat were in a play-in game, and then they make it to the final. So there is a chance to go from potentially on the bubble all the way in there. But what are your thoughts on all that? Are the Lakers and Golden State dead? Is this something that you and ESPN are just pushing because LeBron James does numbers on the SportsCenter Instagram account, Perk?
Well, let me say this.
Okay.
First thing first, okay? Charles Barkley is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay, that's number one.
With his head.
Everything that comes out of his mouth is not the gospel. Now, he's an all-time great. He has done a hell of a job in the media world, and I respect him like crazy. But here's the thing. We're going to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, and we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. You know why? Because they have LeBron James, who is arguably the greatest to ever touch the damn basketball, and you have Steph Curry, who is a generational talent and a top 10 all-timer. Okay? And we have to appreciate them, because when both of those guys are gone, what else are we going to talk about? We can't talk about them. So the fact of the matter is that they're both, 4 or 5 games above 500, so they're a really good basketball team. They just happen to be in the Western Conference. And the playoffs started right after the All-Star break in the Western Conference. So we're talking about these play-in games because it matters. Can you imagine this? Imagine a world this postseason without having Steph Curry or LeBron James in it. Like, we can't do that.
Can't.
Like, so we need one of them to make it. The world needs it.
Need it, Chuck.
I get what Charles is saying. Do I think they're going to make noise, either one of those teams in the postseason? Hell no. But at the end of the day, we have to appreciate who the hell is on that team.
I agree.
That's Steph and that's Braun.
I agree completely. I understand exactly what you're saying. I also understand what he was saying in this entire thing because, like, whenever you're doing full day show all day, every day, like, LeBron's going to get talked about.
Yeah,
you know, and that's like just how it's always been. And Steph earned his way quickly into being a guy that's always going to be talked about. Now, with that being said, with generational talent, potentially greatest of all time, I think all of us that are kind of I don't want to say casuals. Yeah, casuals are like, why aren't they? You know, like it's just because the talent is in abundance now in the league like we've never seen before. Is this the most talented NBA that we've had? Definitely the most talented Western Conference that we had. How do you feel? Is there just more teams that are better than maybe it used to be? Or is LeBron ever going to win one again? What are we like? What is the thought in this entire thing, Perk?
So LeBron is definitely not winning one this year, okay? You could cancel Christmas on that shit.
That's what Chuck
I will say this. I will say this. The league is more exciting. And as we get towards the end, right, we have the MVPs. Right now, Jokic is making a strong, powerful case on why Big Perk should vote for him and break my own rules and my criteria of having the best record in the league, having the best record, being the best player on the best team with the best record. Jokic is knocking down that barrier and knocking me off my square with that one, with his play. But when you look around the league, you got SGA. He's averaging 30, and I believe it's like, 40 games this season where he scored over 30 plus, some type of crazy record. Yep. Luka Doncic is down there in Dallas doing what he does best.
What do you have? He had 5 straight 30-point triple doubles.
Yes, that's insane.
Yeah, that is
insane.
And
then you have Domantas Sabonis, who's not only been kicking AD ass every time he match up with him, but he's been giving the league work. Do you know Sabonis lead the league in triple doubles? Do you know Sabonis lead the league in double doubles? This guy was not an all-star. So you have these caliber players that are putting up these historical numbers night in and night out, playing some exciting basketball, and the league is just in a better place. But look, can I tell you guys something?
What?
You see the scores, right, of late. They haven't been those 130 to 145.
Hey, we smacking the floor?
They've been under 500. The referees, they swallowed their whistle. They're allowing defenders to get a little bit more physical. Damn it, we're in the postseason.
Here we go.
Sliding them puppies.
Hey, let's play basketball. We're playing basketball now. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good news.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that whenever I turn on a game, there's going to be, and not that there isn't effort. If you ever go to a live NBA game, I think watching on TV, you get desensitized to how much running and effort is happening and seemingly passion on the defensive side. But when you watch it on TV, you don't get to hear the bench screaming, back screen, screen, like actually trying on the defense. You don't hear that. When you're at the game, though, you like actually see that. But everybody knows that as the season gets later and games start meaning more, you got 6'7" guys actually showcasing their athletic ability. Somebody chased, who was it? Zion. Chased down. No, somebody had a big swat the other night.
Siakam.
Who?
Siakam.
Spicy P. Yeah, the Pacers. Yeah, he chased somebody down. It's like you're seeing these dudes that are like 6'8", like jumping 40 inches. It's like the defensive side creates some like freak show.
The Ant Edwards block.
Yeah, exactly. Where he hits his head. He hit his shoulder off the backboard. So now, we're in that time now. That's what you're saying. We're in that time right now this season.
We're in that time when nobody gives a damn.
Nailed it.
Nobody gives a damn about embarrassment. That's why you see the chase down blocks, because nobody care about getting dunked on. That's why you see more guys getting hit with crossovers and hezzies and falling to the ground, because nobody cares about embarrassment. They're trying to actually defend, and this is what the game needs.
Yeah, I agree. And that's a good point. You're talking about game 3 of the season. Okay, I'm going against guys who got some hand. Am I? Okay.
Moving.
Oh, well, you got me. All right. Yeah, all right. Let's get the ball. Let's go down the other way. Yeah, let's do that. Now it's like every single potential could win the game, get you in the playoffs, win a championship, get paid, keep it moving. Okay, I like that. That's good news, Perk. I love where you're talking. And a guy we love, Tone has a question about.
Yeah, Perk, it's been quiet, but Zion has played, I think, like 55 games already this year. He's averaging, I think, 23, 6, and 5. Like, he's quietly having a really, really good season. I think the Pelicans are the 4th or 5th seed. Like, do they have a chance to make some noise in the playoffs?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the Mo people say, and them people down there in Louisiana, Zion balling right now, baby. He's balling. And look, he's taking a lot of criticism about his weight, about him being injured, about his availability. Rightfully so, because he made that bet. But this Zion Williamson that we've been seeing over these past couple months, this is the Zion that we've been looking for. This is the Zion before Wemby that we were talking about, the next greatest prospect after LeBron James. This Zion Williamson has a level of accountability. CJ McCollum was on our show on NBA Today, and he came out and he said they have uncomfortable conversations in their locker room. And when you're trying to win with a young team, you got to have those fucking uncomfortable conversations in the locker room. That's one. I heard somebody broke my record. It didn't last long. But you look at the Pelicans and you look at Zion and you saying no team in the West actually want to see them, right? Like, no, you don't want to see them in a matchup. I'm not saying they can't be beat, but it's a reason that I have them as my sleepers.
I like that the teammates kind of were the ones that police Zion, you know? Because I feel like the media was trying, fans were. I assume front office at the New Orleans Pelicans were trying to, like, get messages across, maybe even coaches. It's not until, like, your boys come up and be like, here's the deal, okay? You can continue doing what you're doing, and you're already rich. They already paid you $100 million. Or, like, we can maybe, start actually investing in this entire thing. And it seems like he's enjoying himself, too. I know he loves Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
we've heard plenty.
Big fan.
I know. Yep. We know he loves Dallas. Okay, it's been on the record numerous times. But every time he's on a microphone, he seems like a little kid joy.
Great guy.
Like laughing, like having a good time. So I'm happy that those uncomfortable conversations not only led him to a place where he's playing his best ball and he's most healthy, but also it seems like he's enjoying himself too. That's a win-win-win across the board. You know what I mean, Perk?
But Pat, think about it. To us as former players, the football field, the basketball court, that's supposed to be our sanctuary. We supposed to have fun. We supposed to be enjoying those moments. And Zion is actually enjoying the game of basketball. That goes to tell me that all the areas that were affecting him and affecting his game, he cleaned that shit up.
Yep.
And rightfully so, because you have to.
Congrats, Zion.
Let's go.
They were saying he was just going to be a big fat slob bust
forever.
I wasn't saying it, but you guys were in the NBA world saying it. Mm-hmm. And boy, I think it was Twitter at the time when Zion came into the league and things were happening and made transition into X. They have let their jokes fly.
Oh, yeah.
They have let
the floats. The floats are
in New Orleans were not cool.
Those are mean-spirited.
Yeah, think about how much time it took to build that float.
Oh, my God.
That's like real dedication to being like, whoa, I'm going to dunk on Zion for being a fatso.
Could stop so many different times while building that.
Yeah, get tired.
Yeah.
Because there's numerous, they put
Designs.
they put the glued down, went to bed. Had to wake up the next day and say, nope, still cooking that fat ass Zion.
Yep, exactly.
For this entire thing, yeah. So that's where he was at one point. Now, seemingly, going to be a guy going forward. We're proud of Zion. Good for Zion. Ty's got a question for you. Perk?
Yeah, Perk, going back to LeBron, I know like a lot of people are talking right now and they're kind of cherry picking and it's kind of bullshit, but just going after Bronny James and putting up his stats at USC this season and basically saying like, this guy's not good enough to play in the NBA, but he's going to end up dictating where LeBron plays next year. How realistic do you think that is? I know some people, I know Connor for one, has said like, well, how cool would it be if the Spurs drafted Bronny James and then LeBron ends up playing there with Wemby? Like, how likely do you think that is, that whether it's the Lakers who draft him because LeBron wants him to, or another team drafts Bronny James and that's going to be where LeBron finishes his career? How likely is that to happen?
Well, one, let me say this to you, Ty. They talked about Jesus Christ, okay? So it don't make Bronny any different. They talked about Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's number one.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
You're right.
It's facts. Yeah. And number two is this, right? Just because he's not, he didn't have a hell of a college season, and he's not showing signs of being a good college player, that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good pro. College basketball and professional basketball are two different lanes, right? you got a young man that's going against, seniors, 5th-year seniors, 6-year seniors, whatever you want to call it, right? Seasoned guys, running systems, things to that nature. I don't really know how the coach feel about Bronny at USC, but at times I was watching the game, I'm like, you kind of holding them back. You ain't really letting them loose. Bronny James, as a professional, is going to be a completely different ball player, right? Like how the game is played in the NBA with the space, the way that he's able to catch and shoot and knock down shots, the way that he's able to run and transition and be able to finish above the rim, the way that he's able to buckle down defensively and slide those puppies, and he has a high IQ, the game is going to be better for him in the NBA. So that college shit, some guys are just not built for college basketball.
Zion, right? I mean, I don't want to say like Zion, but they didn't. There was a time there where Duke had
they flamed out of the NCAA tournament.
They had like 6 top 5 guys on their roster, and they didn't win. It was like it is a different style of basketball. I think we're watching it. March Madness is about to. Hey,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, the women's tourney too.
But one thing I would like to say is this.
Okay, you said
to the world,
except for the word
let
fuck.
let Bronny have his own fucking space. Let him have his own space. Let him have his own space. It's unfair to compare or to hold him to the same standard of a LeBron James. LeBron James is arguably the greatest player to ever touch the damn basketball.
Yeah.
Do I believe Bronny would ever reach that heights? I don't. Do I think Bronny could be an excellent pro and have a long pro career, make a lot of money, and be a true professional and play a valuable role on the team? I absolutely do, and that's okay. We got to quit setting the bar here for that young man and let him set the bar for himself.
I agree, Perk, but that's just not reality. That's just not. That's just not reality of the situation ever, and he knows that too. I assume Bronny knows that. That's just you're going to be treated to an unfair standard. That's just what it is. Now, a lot of people will say you have been given an unfair advantage because you are LeBron's son as well with the access that you've had, but it's going to come with some shit. And it's not going to be fun, and you're going to have to deal with it forever. And I assume LeBron has had a conversation with him, like apologizing to him while also telling him, like, we can go 2 different ways with this. You can either have it motivate you or you can have it beat you. I'm excited to see Bronny. I also like how tight.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like how tight their family is.
Yeah, great.
That doesn't get chatted about, obviously, because the whole is LeBron Michael Jordan. It's like, okay, we do that whole thing. And there's people that love Jordan and they'll hate LeBron just strictly because that even was a conversation in it. But like the way he and his family have remained tight and how he's remained very prevalent in Bryce and Bronny's and everything's life, it's like that doesn't get talked about with LeBron's legacy.
No.
In this, everybody knows everything about everybody era. Okay, which is what we're in right now, which I think if that was happening back in the day, I don't know if the NBA would be the same. I don't know if the NFL would be the same, where everybody was learning everything. It's like LeBron has navigated that in a fashion that I don't know if we'll ever see from a star player in any sport ever again. It's just like, that's phenomenal stuff. I can't wait to see because I did see him getting shoulder rubs at that one game by owner. Like,
I was going to say, he is in the doghouse right now, Savannah.
So I think he was getting shoulder, both of them.
Yeah.
First of all, Happy International Women's Day.
That's right.
Just want to give a little heads up here. And also, I think he was saying, we're drafting Bronny, no problems. So he was just trying to look out for his son there.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that.
Okay.
He's looking out for his family in that
Makes sense.
And look out for his pockets for that contract this upcoming season.
That's all negotiation.
This offseason.
It's all negotiation. Happy International Women's Day, what? I'm a bad guy?
Sue me.
Come on.
Okay, jeez. She was laughing. She almost fell over. She almost passed out.
Having a good time.
Her hand, what am I supposed to do? I got 2 shoulders, I said. And then the other lady who we don't know was on the other side.
Yeah.
Happy International Women's. First of all, Happy International Women's Day, ladies.
That's what he's saying right now.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Okay, just want to let you thank you.
Thank you, LeBron.
You're the best, Bron. Thank you. She knew that he was being sincere there. And that was the best Happy International Women's Day she's ever got.
Without a doubt.
Michael Jordan has never delivered a Happy International Women's Day like that.
No.
No chance.
I'm sure he has said it, but it's never been delivered and received in the way that LeBron just did. Go ahead and put that on the scoreboard for LeBron.
Exactly.
Go ahead and add that to your little
Chalk it
memes and GIFs of Michael Jordan did this, LeBron did this. How about Happy International Women's Day's greetings?
Bingo.
in reaction.
Well said.
LeBron, undefeated. Khan's got a question for you, Perk.
Yeah, Perk. I mean, we can talk about these other teams, but who gives a shit? Because it's the Boston Celtics league. We can all be honest here. They beat the piss out of the Phoenix Suns last night, and this feels like the year that the Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, finally kind of get over that hump and own the league. You could say at least the East for sure. If they don't win the title, is this one of the most disappointing seasons for the Celtics? Because I have said this before, I will be devastated if the Boston Celtics don't get it done this year. And if they don't go to the finals, do you think there's a chance they blow it up after in the offseason?
Well, first of all, Todd, keep a cool booty.
Okay.
This league does not belong to the Boston Celtics.
He's getting a little hot ass there. Is that what you're saying?
Hot booty over there.
He's getting a little hot ass there. Cool booty.
Yeah,
Very
he is
hot.
right now. It belongs to the team that actually swept them in the season series that just beat them in the Denver Nuggets. Okay, that's number one.
Sure.
Because we've been giving all this praise to the Boston Celtics. They have the best starting five in basketball, and they actually don't. The Denver Nuggets have the best starting five in basketball. It's proven. They actually got it done, and they brought the same five back, and when they're clicking on all cylinders, it's going to be hard for any team to beat them. Number two, the Boston Celtics, if they don't make it to the finals, right, it's like it's almost, it's a crime that if they don't make it to the finals. It's criminal if they don't make it to the finals.
Are you going to talk about bird brain again? Is that what you're going to do? Is that what you're...
You know what? I mean, he got to get it done. He got to get it done.
Trying to block.
I'm not going to call him bird brain again. I'm not going to talk about him right now. But when the postseason come, I do need to see how he's going to do when he have to match up against a Tom Thibodeau, or if he have to match up against an Eric Spoelstra, because he's going to have to coach his ass off. Now, the Boston Celtics is no team in the Eastern Conference right now that I see beating them in a 7-game series. The Knicks are injured. The Bucks, they have to go to the lost and found because they still haven't found their identity. The Cleveland Cavaliers are too young. So when I look at the East, the Boston Celtics should go through the Eastern Conference with ease.
Okay.
Now, when they get to the Western Conference, when they get to the finals, that's a whole different story.
Okay.
I believe right now the Celtics may be, off the top of my head, I believe they're like 14 or 14-7 or something to that nature against the top dogs, like 14-7 or something to that nature. I got to get my facts right.
Is that a good? That's a good stat though. Are we saying it's good or not good? Because
well, this is what I'm saying, right?
Okay, I'm excited. We're getting there.
When it comes to how weak the Eastern Conference is compared to how strong the Western Conference is, the last time I seen the Boston Celtics face against the Clippers went to the Garden and smacked them down. What I'm saying is that if the Celtics were in the West, it would be a totally different story. And so we've seen the sample size this season. We watched Jokic go into the Garden and give the Celtics their work. We watched Jokic a couple weeks ago when Boston went into Denver. Jokic and Jamal Murray put on the show, the best duo in the game today. But I will say this, last thing. If the Celtics do not complete the mission of winning the championship, I've said it time and time again, and I'm going to stand on it until it happens. They're going to really have to consider breaking this team up when it comes down to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Oh, they're the ones.
Gonna find out.
They're the ones, right?
Be.
Aren't they the ones that are going to take Boston?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones, right?
And can Jason Tatum elevate his game to like a Jokic or Jamal Murray? That's the problem that we have.
How does he see the hoop? His shot is like right in front. How does he see anything when isn't it? Doesn't he?
That's exactly what he does.
You can see it, but we need Jason Tatum to be clutch. And the numbers show that he's not.
Well, he got hurt Game 7 against the Heat last year on the first play, and then the Game 7 against the Sixers, he had 51 points.
That's a mark there. Don't worry about it. He's going to go to bat for the Celtics regardless because he would like
I know, and I want to go to bat for the Celtics. I don't want to be biased, but I will say this about Tatum. Tatum, when it comes down to players that qualify for go-ahead buckets or game-time buckets in the clutch, Tatum ranks 25 out of 20. He ranks 25th out of 25 players.
Oh boy, boy.
Yeah, he loves the step back 3 huck. He loves that move.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, there's a chance it falls.
Oh, yeah.
There's a chance it falls.
Every time he goes to the hoop at the end of the game, we're winning. But he loves that step back, turn around, fade away huck. And I love watching it.
And if it falls, it's going to be electric.
If it goes in, lightning.
It's 32%.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
bad.
Okay. Didn't expect you to have that percentage just sitting there. That's Perk, you've been saying a lot of numbers. You were questioning your record thing. As of March 8th, the Celtics were 15-7 against the West. So you were there.
Okay.
Boom.
You were there. You had it. Now, they have 14 losses on the season. So half of them literally against the West, half of them versus the East. So I don't know how that is. I'm excited to see if the Celtics can get it done. And I'm excited to see how obnoxious you are.
Oh, man.
If they do.
It's going to be so loud.
Yeah, remember the Bruins had the greatest regular season in the history of the NHL, and then see you get out of the playoffs.
That's why I'm not even thinking about anything but the finals. There is no hype
So
or
you
getting excited.
you gonna be doing fucking bear crawls and shit.
You know it, Perk.
Hey, you're the man. We appreciate you so much. What do you got this weekend? You were on Sunday. I think you were on my TV on a Sunday. Was that last week?
I'm gonna be on your TV this Sunday, preaching the gospel as usual.
Hell yeah.
Amen. Hey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins. Thank you, buddy. He's a champion. He's been there.
Oh, yeah. With the Celtics, nonetheless.
Yeah, but the bird braid thing with Missoula certainly caught a little fire early in the season.
Yeah.
Missoula heard it, and he said, well, I just got bird braid. Well, they ever into that. It's like, I like what you just did there. I like the pettiness out of you, Joe Missoula. West Virginia Mountaineer. He used to smack the floor now.
I mean, end of the
what
game.
He used to do on the defensive side of the ball for the Mountaineers was relentless. We're not even talking about
full court.
Yeah, I mean, he was dog at West Virginia. Great dude.
Yeah. End of the game yesterday, some guy goes to huck up a shot. Missoula's like out there, basically, high-fiving everybody coming off the floor. As the guy puts up the shot, Missoula's getting in the guy's face. It was incredible.
This is post-whistle, timeout?
Post-buzzer.
Okay, game over.
Yeah. Game. We beat the shit out of the Suns. Post-buzzer, and Missoula's getting in this guy's face after a win. It was awesome.
I do like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that sets the tone. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lets whoever was shooting, Suns.
Suns. I want to say it was like a bench guy because we were beating them by like 20 points, so they had a lot.
So Missoula said, was this in Phoenix or in Boston?
In Boston.
Okay, so he said, hey, bud, bum, you do not deserve to have a bucket in Boston.
In this
garden.
Are you kidding me?
And then he went back to the team and said, you guys should have seen what I just did.
You'll see.
You'll see. It will be video.
Yeah, everyone's going to see it. It was incredible.
Basketball's something.
It is. Well, we're finally getting into basketball.
Basketball is something.
Yeah.
As we're talking about it, I'm like, is there any chance I'm going to watch any of these games?
Not until the playoffs.
Bingo. No. That's on me.
The playoffs are going to be awesome.
Yeah, but I will every once in a while, late night.
Yeah.
Late night?
10 o'clock game.
That's been my thing.
Something will be on. I'll go ahead.
The wife will go to bed, and the NBA is always on.
And it can be quiet.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the sound on.
Bingo.
So it's like
huge.
It's good background. Yeah. I have to have TV on when I fall asleep. Are you the same?
Yes.
I need TV on. Can't sleep without it.
Interesting.
My dogs are the same way, so I have my TV on downstairs all night long, and they watch basketball all night long, too.
Well, your dogs understand a good full court
Yeah,
press.
they do.
Yeah.
And they run a triangle offense.
Yeah.
That's what your dogs have been doing. I think every time I walk in there, I'm like, what are these guys?
That's what they do.
They're running a triangle offense.
Yeah, they trap you in the corners, and good luck.
Yeah, and once they get you there, they're hungry.
Yeah.
Ball.
Slobbering.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot.
Bulldog classic. I need a TV. You don't do TV?
I don't have a TV in my bedroom. No.
What?
That's probably the right play, but like I don't sleep at night, so I think that's when it started. Is like I can't just be staring at my ceiling this entire time, and then that was when I was a kid, and now it's just forever.
It's also better than phone because like you can fall asleep watching TV. If you're on your phone, like you're up until you decide to put your phone down.
That's an extra 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of that, we got another hour somehow. We'll see you on the other side with AJ Hawk. What a legend. And Orlovsky.
Hello and welcome to Office Championship Wrestling live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Tonight we have a straight to hell match in which the devil will battle against our office wrestler, Dylan Boston. You might be wondering how we got here. Let's find out right now.
And now we have to make a deal with the devil. Yeah, no big deal. Classic trial by combat situation. We got our champion, Dylan Bostic. All he's got to do, win the match, 1, 2, 3, and we're home safe.
The only man that would take the job to protect us from the devil himself, Dylan Bostic.
Like you mentioned, Pat, there's probably about 5 or 6 other guys we'd rather have in this position, but we'll take Bostic, I guess.
Not only are all of our souls on the line, the Office Championship Wrestling Championship, presented by Natural Light, is also on the line.
Jesus, the devil's trying to put Bostic straight to hell!
I do not want to go
Good
to
God,
hell!
no!
Don't do
Good
it!
God, no! Come on, Bostic, Pat!
Oh, no! Oh, my...
I'll see you in hell, Pat. The goddamn Easter Bunny's out here! What the hell's he doing here?
The Easter Bunny is obviously here to help Dylan Bostic. Wait a minute. No!
Oh, no!
The Easter Bunny's been on the devil's side this whole time. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Jesus
What the hell's
Christ!
Jesus Christ doing here?
The power of Christ is compelling Dylan Bostic.
Look at this, Pat! Jesus Christ is bringing Bostic back to life! Jesus is going insane! And now Bostic's kicking wholesale ass in the ring!
Jesus Christ has come to help Dylan Bostic defeat the devil and defeat the Easter Bunny. What's gonna happen here?
Good God Almighty, it looks like he's going up in the scissor lift!
Jesus is lifting the scissor lift. Jesus is now telling Bostic to come down from
Don't do it, Bostic! Don't do it! Oh my God! Bostic's dead! He's dead! You can't tell from home, but that scissor lift is about 8 stories up, Pat!
80 feet in the air! Oh wait, he's tuning up the bed! The devil!
Super kick! Into the casket! The devil goes down! The devil goes down!
He shuts the casket!
And
Back to
that's
hell! The devil goes straight back to hell, where he belongs!
it! With the assist from Jesus Christ of Nazareth!
Dylan Bostic saves the PMI office's souls and wins the OCW championship.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig!
Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this feel-good National Espresso Martini Friday. Hour 2 of the program starts now.
Sports!
Are fantastic, and we're covering them all. We just did basketball.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, people say we don't have any depth, call us shallow, call us stupid.
Right.
We just covered another sport.
Bingo.
Are we heroes? No. Are we news doers? Yes.
Yeah.
The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys 10 Diggs is here. All the boys in the back. And joining us now, live from Manhattan, Ohio, is a man who is a college football national champion,
What?
a Super Bowl champion,
What?
a Ryder Cup winner,
What?
and a man who's looked a little extra handsome this week.
He has.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Eddie Holger.
Hey.
Hey, are you all right? What?
Yeah, I'm trying to get situated. The settings in my camera are messing everything up. So me and Zeke been working on it. How we look?
Oh, okay.
Looks like there's a little
look
chaos.
good,
Did you not know we were gonna have you on the program?
Okay.
Oh no, I knew. Believe me, I'm just a little zeked up after doing the news with Tone. That was pretty amazing.
Speaking of, because we are now on a new channel, it actually makes sense because it's time, ladies and gentlemen. We're on ESP News, doing the news on ESP News with Tone. Tone, can you do the news on ESP News, please?
Yes, I can. In the first hour, we covered some big news, Pat. We talked about the retirement of Aaron Donald, which was huge, unexpected news today. We covered all of that. We covered the Hollywood Brown to the Chiefs traded. No, sorry, trade. I did that again last hour.
Doing
Son of a
that.
We're on.
Because he got traded.
Hey, Tone, we're on ESP News.
Doing the news. Doing the news on ESP News.
Now is not the time, okay, for you to bauble a trade or a signing.
Right.
We're on ESP News. Doing the news. Okay? So let's make sure we tighten it up a little bit.
You're right. And that happened because there was a trade and a signing of a wide receiver yesterday. The trade was Keenan Allen, okay? That was from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Chicago Bears for a 4th-round draft pick.
Nailed it.
The signing was Hollywood Marquise Brown. He was on the – what?
Well, Hollywood Marquise.
Marquise Hollywood Brown.
That's not how he does it.
We're judging you. You don't deserve to be judged by
No,
us.
I want to
You're
be
doing the
judged
news
every
on
day of my
ESP
life.
News.
Okay?
Should we start over with the entrance?
I want to be judged
didn't come
here.
through the door.
Okay? I want to.
Hey, Jay, did you see that?
That
The
could
first
be
time
the-
he did it twice.
That could be the
Oh,
problem.
yeah, of course.
Could be
You
the
jumped the
problem.
gun early. I like it.
You may have to come to
Yeah.
the door to do the news.
The next time we do news on ESP News, you're coming through that door.
Blasted through that thing like Randy Orton.
Yeah, we need you like Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Randy Reed.
I was
a
Randy.
Randy pose.
Yeah. Anyways, a lot of big news coming out of the doing the news segment on ESP News. Thanks, Tone. That was really good.
Thank you.
I bet Tone.
Good job, Tone.
No, that was great because normally on these Fridays, news gets dumped while we're live.
Yep. Not ours.
Just boom, bang, pow, boom, boom. So we thought doing the news, maybe something will get dumped here. Instead, it was Aaron Donald's retirement that kind of came as we were live on air. And now we're learning more about his contract situation. He was owed, I think, $30 million if he was still on the roster at 4 p.m. today because it's the third day into the league year because Wednesday's day one. So there was a bonus that was attached with it or a salary cap like setter that was due today by 4 o'clock. So him making this decision, I assume it was not an easy one, even though he's already gone through the thought of what retirement would look like after they won the Super Bowl and decided to come back. His whole life, and I know he did a lot more than just football, but his entire life has been structured around football. And this time of year you're doing this time of year you're doing this. Why? Also, I can be a monster on the football field. So anytime you're making a decision to kind of leave that, it's going to be tough. I assume it was not easy for him. It's not easy for the football world for sure, but I have heard from sources that every offensive lineman in the NFL is bopping their meat with a smile on their face because Aaron Donald has retired. Your thoughts, AJ, as the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, a man who was also a monster on the defensive side of the ball. Your thoughts on what Aaron Donald did and, him calling it a career.
I mean, I feel like he kind of changed the game. Now, your source on that would happen to be AQ Shipley, who the second we heard this news, he pops it in the group chat. The whole thing about O-linemen bopping their meat all over town.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, AQ Shipley was the source in this particular situation. But remember, we're on ESP News. We don't outsource Sis. So try to have a little bit of journalistic integrity one time.
Good Lord.
You're right. I'm wrong. That's on me. I apologize to AQ. I don't want to out him again. I know he is the source usually for a lot of our news, right? Like when you break stuff.
Now you're just out of
What is your deal?
What the hell?
What is your deal?
I'm just trying to give him the credit that he deserves. AQ breaks a lot of news.
AQ doesn't. He's anonymously telling us that offensive linemen around the NFL are headed right for the lotion and right to the bathroom. And
More
with
than normal now, you're saying?
Especially today.
they're
Like on
smiling.
top of what would have already have happened?
Normally it's a miserable, beat the hell out of us. Today they said it is a joyful occasion. We are going to do this numerous times because there is a 200 and whatever pound monster who's bigger, stronger, faster than all of us somehow, seemingly smarter than all of us as well, leaving football, but they're the only ones that are pumped up about this. I'm going to miss watching him play. He was a menace, dude. He was the ninja, the way he was able to get through his stuff, and his power was alarming. And then his off-season training videos that we showed with knives, this guy. And it's like he gave back to his hometown. He gave back to his university. Obviously, he's taking care of his family. It's like this dude did it all right, and he changed, to your point, change the game forever. It's a big day.
Well, I felt like it was surprising too because the rebuild after the Super Bowl was so quick. Like they had one down year, and then this past year, obviously they go to the playoffs, damn near beat the Lions in Detroit. So it didn't feel like anybody really was going to leave that team, especially with like the track record of how good they were drafting. Do you think they did kind of the like, hey, we can't have you on the team, and then he just decided like, well, I don't want to play for another team. Like I'm a Ram for life.
I don't know you do that to Aaron Donald.
I don't think so either.
So you're saying the $30 million cap hit wasn't part of it?
Could they have shuffled money around somehow?
Well, that's what they said with Keenan Allen. They asked him to do the Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack pay cut, and he was like, no, I had damn near my best year last year. Why would I do that?
Yeah, I respect Keenan Allen doing
absolutely.
that. I don't think that this particular Chargers organization right now has as much loyalty to Keenan Allen, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They didn't choose to pay him. They didn't draft him. Mm-hmm. It's a whole new culture. So I think they're more likely to do that type of conversation. Now, Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, allegedly this happened last year with that particular convo. The Patriots and Bill Belichick did this for a lot of guys. But I don't think that's a normal thing to do to your pillar play.
Sure.
But, I don't think that's a normal
Not a great look, but it does happen. It definitely happens.
Definitely happens. And we're not saying – a guy made 10 straight Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wonder – I don't think they're telling him we can't pay him. I think they're doing the opposite. Like, hey, we need you back another year. I think that's how that convo goes.
But he probably knew today was the day, though. You have to kind of make it.
Oh, okay.
They probably gave him a heads up, too.
Yeah. Don't you think it was more likely that they kind of knew he was maybe potentially thinking about this, and they're like, hey, we need a decision by today because if we don't,
This sucks, but if, for the good
4 p.m. today, right? 4 p.m. he's owed like $30 million or something.
They could have restructured.
Yeah.
Like they could have just given it up front. Right.
Kick the can.
That's probably what they would have done if
and they also – the only issue that the Rams are probably seeing is it's our fault because we put it in the contract. So we agreed to this, and you already told us that you were thinking about potentially retiring. So the third day of the new league year being a money thing is a mistake on our side.
Sorry,
that was not good negotiating by us. We should have forecasted that this would maybe come in the future. But also, if you are thinking about, is there any way we could? Yeah, a lot of money.
You gotta know.
We're trying to, we did.
How would it work if he did this like a month from now? How does that work?
What if he did it tomorrow, Saturday?
Yeah,
because he's still retiring, right?
What if it was like I don't want to do it until I get a chance to go?
He wouldn't get that money, would he?
Ceremony with my family.
The whole thing.
Well, when's that? Saturday. My dad's out of town.
Nah, sorry.
Well, we need that on Friday at 3:00.
Well, no, my dad.
You gonna fly him and get a helicopter where he's not available? The venue we wanted to have it at's booked. Some Italian family's got the restaurant booked. I have no idea. We're not going to be able to get in there, so got to happen Saturday. And the Rams need it on Friday.
It can't happen on Friday.
Sorry. Aaron Donald gets one last sack. That's an awesome thing. Keenan Allen goes to the Chicago Bears. So they're seemingly making a lot of moves. I think Chicago Bears fans very excited. I think they're pumped up about the possibilities. They have the number 1 overall pick still. People aren't really talking about it because
and 9.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with the Bears popping off right now. It's AJ, are you worried in the NFC North that the brand new Lions are no longer the brand new Lions? They're just the Detroit Lions.
Hell yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings now have picks 11 and 23, allegedly, potentially going to bundle to move up to maybe get a quarterback after signing Sam Darnold to potentially be a bridge for 1 year. This is all just prognostication, projecting into other people's brains that we don't know, but it's like NFC North's making plays. Chicago Bears seemingly getting better at the football, which I think all Bears fans are very, very pumped about, AJ.
Yeah, but what's the quarterback situation look like? When is anything going to happen with Justin Fields, or is this guy going to be there?
That's a good question.
There's no way.
Is it? It's literally, and this is not right for Justin Fields. So I do not want Justin Fields to think that I'm comparing these two as football players. This is kind of what the Rosen one situation was, Josh Rosen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
When everybody thought, they had a microphone. This guy's going to be worth a number 1 or another trade for. He was just, how is he not going to be worth a first rounder? How is he not going to be worth a second rounder? It was the story of draft night. What is going to happen with Josh Rosen? They drafted Kyler Murray. Where is he going to go? And then he ends up, for a
7th, I think, or something?
A complete, nothing almost.
Yeah.
Is similar thing going to happen with Justin Fields here if they really want to get him off their roster? Are they going to have to accept a deal that is just not great because the next team has to decide about the 5th-year option.
Bingo.
The next year has to talk about contract. The next team has to talk about, is this guy a franchise quarterback? If Chicago Bears people are still asking that question. So I feel like all the leverage is not in the Bears' favor at all whenever it's talking about Justin Fields' situation. And with him unfollowing them on social media, and he said, even though you unfollow a girl, you can still be messing with her on low. That was his answer. And I respect, I respect that. I do appreciate him addressing it and answering it. But like at this stage, Justin Fields knows he's not the guy.
Yes.
If they're taking Caleb, it's not his team anymore. So, like, how's the dynamics there if they're not able to? It's like, what do the Bears do? Zeke, what are your thoughts on the entire?
So basically, like all Chicago does, like they hate Fields right now. They're all in on Caleb. But I'm thinking that Poles loves picks. He only has 4 picks coming up this draft. I think he's trading that first overall and keeping Fields, though. Me personally.
Whoa. He
That
said,
would garner a lot of picks.
Market.
hey, we'll put that Dahn on the SeatGeek ticker as well.
I like
Shout out
that,
to
Zeke.
SeatGeek. Love you, SeatGeek.
Love you, CK.
You get tickets right
Put
now.
it down there. Zeke told me this morning while he was driving me to work because my car's still at the FBO because when we got home, I was in no state to be driving anything. And I felt like a real adult there.
That was a great decision.
How about the tornadoes? You get some bad tornadoes?
Yeah, like multiple.
Yeah, we had big time tornado warnings everywhere. People were going in their basement, all that.
Yeah, the storms are moving from Indiana over to right where we were. Pretty
Right
much.
to Pittsburgh.
So the amount of we should probably wait. Like that was. Obviously, we hope everybody's okay. Tornadoes, no fun. First time I experienced a tornado, you look up in the sky and you just hope that don't pick me. Like that you have no idea what's gonna happen. It absolutely sucks. But last night it afforded us plenty of last ones, you know, and then just
can't go yet.
Oh, we got to do one more.
One more.
We got told we got another hour, so
One more.
we need one more at least.
Boy.
5 cases of beer last night.
A lot of those one mores became chugs, by the way, as
Yeah,
well.
because we thought we had to.
Yeah,
They're
couple
one
seconds,
touch.
guys.
We thought we had to leave, and then no. Hey, actually, just got a heads up from air traffic control in Ohio or something like.
Yeah.
Probably smart, unless we want to fly. Basically
Way
up
around
over
Canada.
Canada, or you want to do this, like this will not be an enjoyable experience for anybody. It's like, all right, well, one more. I guess we got one more.
Fair.
One more. You do? Are we drinking or not?
Is it midnight? We might as well have a espresso.
How often do I see you? How often do we do this? Of course. Yes, we're doing it.
Good. You had fun. You had a good time.
Did CFO Phil
Great
make it home
time.
okay?
CFO
how's
Phil
Phil?
was in maybe the best form I've seen him in a long time.
Phil was incredible.
Phil was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phil was almost.
It was old Phil.
Phil was almost the story of the night. Phil was
Honestly, yeah, he was.
MVP of the night.
Yeah.
Good.
Most valuable Phil. His last name. He was awesome. He was absolutely. I think he drank a bottle of $500 wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Solo.
I've never
dolo.
seen that.
Solo, all by himself.
All by himself.
All by himself. And obviously the owner of the bottle was saving that for a special occasion. And that special occasion happened to be we're doing one more drink
Yep.
the 4th time. So that was like
Special
2:30
occasion.
in the morning. I'm sure Phil remembers how good that thing tasted. Savored that entirety.
Yeah.
He was awesome, dude. Phil was awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, great seeing you last night. Not that you're not always awesome, but like those basement in Plum night, that's high school.
Blast from
Yeah,
the past.
it's
Old school.
Stuff you dream about.
We were in high school last night. It was absurd.
Were you in like a parent's basement or
Teacher.
one of your friends' basement?
One of our former
Teacher's
teachers.
basement.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was-
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in Mr. Norrenberg's basement right now.
Someone almost said cops. We almost cleared out of there.
Yeah, bingo. That's what it felt like. It felt like somebody would
You
look
guys
at
jumping out of windows and
Whoop,
running
whoop.
into the woods?
Yeah, whole thing. Yeah. But head right to the roof. We're not telling these kids. Go to the roof. Stay quiet. You're good.
I'll never
That's
get
it.
you.
Don't lose your shoes, though, while exiting window. We had a friend that was in a police report as a shoeless man is somewhere because his shoes fell off while he was climbing out of a window. So that he made the police report, went to court where everybody else was getting tried. And when they read the police report, like, felt so good as he was sitting behind. Yeah, it was. So yeah, we would have got away. I would like to let everybody know.
Yeah.
But that is the vibe that we had last night, and it was a good time.
It was such a great time. It genuinely wasn't. How many times do you actually go into like a basement of that type of situation where it's like families and like there were kids there? Like it wasn't just adults. Like it was
their kids.
electric. Yeah, their kids were there.
I wonder how often And Eddie Edwards has a 24-year-old daughter who plays for Providence basketball, or 23. I forget, 23. Son Eddie, I've seen these when I felt so old. Because I've seen these kids.
Yeah, that must have been weird for you. Yeah.
Since they're like this old. And then Keith has graduated college. She was running around at our volleyball practice in high school, like tiny. Little. And it's like, so I felt like an old ass man. Mm-hmm. I wonder how often, though, Eddie is boozing like that with his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool little situation for everybody, I feel like. Like, obviously, for us going back to our hometown.
It was supposed to be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what nobody.
Hometown.
Yep. Your hometown.
And then the beers just kept
You're
going
not from
on
it's
and on and on and on and on and on.
It's hometown.
We covered Pi Day in the most intellectually correct fashion
Bingo.
of any show out there. I would like that to be on the record as well. We broke down.
You brought in
was.
You brought in a chalkboard. Oh,
there it is.
There it is.
Back-to-back Pi Days. Anybody else?
Can you
doing
keep?
this?
Can you keep filling it out though?
They call us
Keep going.
dumb. They call us dumb. Okay. How about we have goddamn pie on a chalkboard? Okay. Call us stupid. Yeah. All right. The thing about it though is these three right here.
Yep.
This is what Pi Day is all about. Because I'm not 100% sure, but after the 4-3-3-8-3-2-7-9-5-0-2,
you can finish that.
2.
Yep.
You can see my hand got a little tired because what I realized quickly as I was figuring out what it meant is it just goes
on and 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 on, and then it goes on and 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 on.
Yes, it does.
Until it can't go on anymore.
But
it always goes on and on and on and on and on.
That's a shout out to Bob Parsons, the owner of PXG, who is from Baltimore and has a Baltimore accent. And he came on our show and he said that one time.
He did. Yeah.
And boy, it has been a real hit in the office. And I don't think there's ever been a better quote for Pi Day than that one right there.
I don't think so.
Yep. So shout out to PXG for figuring out Pi.
Yeah.
A lot of numbers and stuff like that. What's that?
PXG did.
Nice shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. Chief signing Hollywood Marquise Brown, as Tone Diggs of ESP News reported, to $11 million one-year deal to join Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, in the reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champions. This is like the most obvious Andy Reid signing of all time. Patrick Mahomes is pumped. He puts out a smiley face emoji. Andy Reid sending texts with winky emojis to Hollywood Brown. Hollywood's responding. Think Hollywood Brown. Lights, camera, action.
That's from Andy Reid?
Yeah, it's a text message between Hollywood Brown and Andy Reid. And then Kyler Murray, you're dead to me.
That's a new move. I like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I did too. They're mocking, how everybody. Yeah, it's awesome. That is kind of a cool little tip of the hat. Because I think fans do appreciate that. Like, he's not on our team anymore.
He is dead.
Yeah, he is dead to us. Thank you. We've been needing this in sports. This is what it used to be. Guys ain't dapping each other up, giving each other hugs. I don't care if you're roommates, best friends, suffered through life together, found yourself together, whatever. I don't care. As soon as they're on, you fight that. You spit in that person's face.
Bingo.
Yep.
So they're covering all the bases there when they're like, you're dead to me.
Yes.
I appreciate this new trend.
The cool little video, too, from 300. But that Tiki Barber thing, I feel like that is what has been talked about is all Giants fans probably feel how he felt about Saquon leaving. Like, that is
To the
how,
Eagles. To the
Eagles,
yeah,
because it's the Eagles. Yes, of course.
Tiki was not happy with Ryan Clark.
No,
he wasn't.
Tiki Barber's not happy with Ryan Clark.
Keep my name out your mouth.
We got some radio wars, some TV beef. Huh?
Listen, we've seen a couple of these personality wars from the outside looking in and from the inside, staring at the people we're at war at.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
I hope they put their swords down.
Put your swords down.
Come on.
Life's
Doesn't
a lot
feel like
better.
they will.
Huh?
Doesn't feel like they're going to put their swords down anytime soon.
They're
on this
going to
one.
put their swords.
No, they can't because they stand on business. And if you stand on business,
There
you
we
have
go.
to.
Stand on Business available today. Pac-Man Jones' first song with Universal. What's that? What are you guys laughing?
What was that? You said
That
a
was
whoopee
me.
cushion?
What's your problem?
That for shoot was not.
Con Man featured on that or something?
What is the sound? You just spit out because you're laughing at Connor. What is the reaction to that? Staying on business. SOB is available right now for Pac-Man Jones.
That was not me spitting into the microphone. I did nothing.
It was tone spitting on the mic because you were overreacting. Did you forget that Staying on Business SOB was released today?
Absolutely not. I mean, I already reposted it on X. But I just turned around to look, back towards the guys to see if we can get the music video up. And
no, we can't. So we're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Universal owns it.
Universal. Well, not just Universal, because we're on ESP News, and at one point we were doing the news on ESP News. They'll send us a strike.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's available though.
Yep.
The beat that he sampled from.
So good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire.
It is. It's a banger. Congrats, Pac. Happy
boy, Pac.
Hell yeah.
But no, definitely cannot play that.
Okay, bummer.
Yeah, let's not do that. And I don't need you overreacting to Connor overreacting. Okay, we don't need that happening on this program.
Well, I looked at his shirt, and by the way, it's my favorite shirt that he's ever worn.
Thank you very much.
With that Mustang's hat, and I just can't.
Dude,
Can I?
Can
I please?
We got no.
Come on.
We got 37 minutes here. Okay.
Please, please.
We can do it.
Hold on.
Please.
Hold on.
You
damn
can't
it.
Hold, please.
You cannot do it on cable ESP News.
Yeah, dude, you're right. He's got something on the other side.
I want to do it so bad. I need to put my hands up here for the rest of this till 2 o'clock.
All right. I think we should hold it. Hold it.
Is it on the back of your shirt?
Don't ask. Don't listen.
might be.
It's
Should stand up. Take a lap.
that's a good line. You got a good line.
Thank you very much.
Couple lines.
This
That's
is
pride. That's pride line.
This was sent to me by Danielle and Brandon, maybe. As I forget.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, joining us is a man who is like all-time leading thrower for UConn.
He's not going to be happy.
He's been on for
13 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, he had time to listen to Stand On Business then.
Absolutely, and I hope he did. And we're staying on business whenever we say this guy. He knows.
Yep.
About what you say, don't ask. He knows. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who has said, I don't know a few times, though, as of late, but we are currently in his season because it is film, study, project who's going to be good season.
Yep.
And this man watches more film. Herbstreit, what? I'm just going to. This guy watches the most film.
For anybody.
Anybody that's ever retired from football ever.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Dan, you're
What's up, man?
You're pretty
What's
jacked.
going on?
Did you find like an Instagram gif that was like, hey, here's how you angle? Because like I've seen you posing like this for a couple different interviews. You look awesome. Like you look jocked.
Yeah,
you look
properly jocked.
You look jocked right now.
No, the one from today was just because I have this little thing on the back of my phone that's like that stand where if I use it goes up like that. I can't.
It's like a dog chasing a tail there.
Yeah,
I thought we were
yeah.
potentially going to. I think that would have been awesome. Anyways, you look jacked. We want to let you know that, and we're thankful.
I'm just skinny. Thanks.
Do you eat? Do you
lean? You're lean.
You don't eat?
Yeah, I'm lean. I'm in shape.
Lean muscle.
Beach season waits for nobody, bud. So like you never know when you got to be in a bathing suit.
Well said.
Yeah.
Do I eat? No, I don't eat a ton. Like eat a lot of eggs for breakfast or yogurt.
Oh yeah, you have all those asshole food
You're on the
opinions.
you're on the
That's
AJ
one of your
diet.
things. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the name has to be on that attached to that, but I don't eat lunch much. I eat dinner.
What? And you do like the, hey, give me the blandest bland thing, and that's what I want to eat, and I'll tell people that it tastes better than stuff that has flavor. That's like your thing.
No. Like honestly, I don't eat a ton of breakfast or lunch because I do enjoy dinner. It's just I only enjoy like 6 different things, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna go to a restaurant and spend my money, why am I not going to get the thing that I like? And I know I like certain stuff: chicken, rice, cheese, steak, pizza. So it's like, why am I going to go away from it? I'm just trying to enjoy the meal.
So on the breakfast side, we don't like eggs. We don't like omelets because it feels like
I love eggs. Love eggs.
Egg whites. You do the egg whites?
No, I do regular eggs. We actually have a family friend in town who has chickens, and so he gives us eggs.
Harbaugh's in town?
Eggs, yeah.
Yeah, Harbaugh has eggs, yeah. Production. And
Maintenance.
Yeah, it's very low.
She's from England. Her name is Louise.
What? When are you picking up an
She's
accent?
an English lady.
There it is. Okay.
Does she know where the princess is?
Are they English chickens?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
where's
Royals. Or where are the Royals? Can you ask her?
What's going on with Kate?
I'm gonna send her a text and ask her.
Yep.
Isn't she in your house? You said.
No, she's just our family friend. No.
Oh, I thought you said we have.
It'd be weird if she was in my house.
No, yeah, but we thought she was staying. We thought she
yeah.
was out of town staying with you. Brought the chicken and the egg. That's
No, they live in town. They're friends of ours, and they have chickens.
What town?
What came first?
Westport.
Okay, nice. That's a really good town. Okay. That's a really good town. That was the town where you're not allowed to coach your kids, right? Or are you allowed to?
Yeah, I could do. I've always done it in lacrosse. Yeah.
You never played, so probably a great coach.
What's your problem?
Jeez Louise.
What's this guy's problem, Dan?
I mean, he looks
I
the
feel
part.
like I gotta put my TV on just to make sure that I can keep an eye on Boston Connor's body language.
Oh yeah, well,
just hopefully you're still with us once we're off TV, Dan, because I got something to show you.
no. That is not happening.
Okay, I know.
That is not the case.
No, it has to happen. What do you want to show me?
This is not happening.
No. It can't happen.
This is not how. Yeah, this is not how this particular house. AJ, I'm sure you could put your little toxic brain to work and figure it out. Anyways, Dano.
What's up, buddy?
Let's talk about Chicago.
Yeah.
I want to hear about Chicago. 3 hours north of here.
Yep.
Beautiful city.
Beautiful.
Hardworking city. A lot of blue collar jobs in Chicago. It's a working. We love football up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Generational fans.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my father was my father's father was my father's father was a fan.
Bingo.
Love the Bears. It's a religion. And they suck and have sucked for a long time. And by sucked, I mean, there's hope, that whole thing.
Right.
And then nothing. Not saying you haven't had good players, good situations, good plays, good wins,
Sure.
but just relevancy to the world. Not really.
Yep.
They bring in Keenan Allen. They still have Justin Fields. They got the number 1 overall pick. They got number 9. They're signing people on the defensive side of the ball. Feels like Eberflus's culture is settling in, or at least was at the end of the year. Are things with what the Bears are doing, we love it. And what are they doing at number 1? Are they trading out of there? Are they keeping Caleb? What do you think?
I still believe that they're going to take a quarterback at 1. I have said I would take Jaden Daniels if I was them. I have not backed off from that. I do not expect that to change. I heard Zito say he thinks they're going to keep Fields. All right, so let's. There's 2 parts of that. Okay, number 1, let's live in the world, because I do think the Bears started to play good football at the end of last season, specifically defensively. Okay, if they choose to trade the number 1 pick and keep Justin Fields, there's 2 parts of that. Number 1, you have to win if you're Eberflus and Ryan Poles next year, or you're going to get fired. Okay, that's the reality of the NFL. You will have to win, or you are going to get fired. That means, more than likely, Justin Fields plays good football. Whether he plays great football or not, he plays good football, winning football, and they win, they keep their jobs. That goes to number 2. His agent, David Mulgeta, is one of the best, if not the best agents in the NFL. Okay, so the Bears will have to be faced with, okay, we kept Justin Fields, and he plays good football, and we get into the playoffs. We're a fringe playoff team. He will get Justin Fields so much money, that the Bears all of a sudden are going to be sitting there going, now within a 1-year span, we went from maybe taking a cheap rookie quarterback to having to shell out $250 million to a quarterback. That's going to expedite or ramp up that winning process and kind of have an impact on it in a significant way.
I'd say, yep.
The second thing is this that I've heard. So I don't think that is going to be the best situation, just long-term job-wise for Poles and Eberflus. Second part of this, because I've heard, and I know Kyle Long, and I honestly thought it was a really smart point, he said, you know what, after not finding a trade partner, keep Justin Fields, draft Caleb Williams. I go back to the agent, David Mulgeta. I would be floored if David Mulgeta let that happen, who's Justin Fields' agent. I would be shocked if he just let his client stay there and they're going to take the number 1 pick at his position. I also don't think Caleb Williams' group, I don't know exactly who's with him. If it's just, I don't think he's hired a specific agent. I would be shocked if his team was like, yeah, keep Justin Fields. Don't worry about it. You can take Caleb, but, we'll just have 2 number 1 picks on the roster, almost like Arizona, Kyler Murray, Josh Rosen. So I don't think that's happening, okay? The last part of this. If Chicago kept Justin Fields, just think about it in this regard. If you're Ryan Post, their general manager, he would have passed on 3 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks in a 2-year span. It would be the gutsiest move in the history of the draft, essentially. To pass on 3 dudes, Bryce Young, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and the guy who's also in that conversation, didn't win the Heisman, CJ Stroud. So we're just going to pass on all those guys. You better be freaking dead set that Justin Fields is a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, but what if they can't get anything? Like, what if the trade options have kind of run dry? Or do you just release them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think more than likely, yes. I mean, who is on your roster shouldn't dictate who you take at number 1. I've always believed that. Who is on your football team should not have a impact on who you select with number 1. Selecting the number 1 draft pick in the NFL is about I'm taking the best possible player and certainly quarterback because it's the most important position. So if it means that, they don't get anything for Justin Fields, that obviously isn't great, but they're not going to allow it. I'd be shocked if those parties allowed Justin Fields to just stay on that football team.
You got Peyton Manning on your team.
What about him?
You're not number 1 overall.
You have the first pick.
Yeah, you're not doing that. We just completely your thing you just said.
No, I mean, like I said, you caveat it with quarterback, but if Peyton Manning's on your team and you have the number 1 pick, you're taking the best player.
Marvin Harrison Jr., is that who that is? Joe Alt?
Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean.
I mean,
Cooper DeJean.
Yep.
Who is, other than a quarterback, we haven't even talked really at all about anybody other than the first 3 picks.
But think about it.
We suck.
Justin
No,
Fields,
that's what
he's going
everybody.
to
We
pass on.
suck as a show.
There's time.
No.
This was free agency time, and now after this week, we move on.
He would
we have
pass
6
on
weeks
3 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks.
I understand.
You don't survive that.
All right. You like Jaden Daniels? You like Jaden Daniels more than Caleb? Are you the only one that's loudly saying that? You think at this point, or
what is it, Dan? What sets him apart from Caleb? You think?
Yeah. Okay. So I think number 1, you're going to see man coverage or tight coverage in the NFL significantly higher than you will in college football. So you have to see what guy makes better throws in those realistic NFL situations. That's Jaden Daniels. I think number 2, when he created big plays down the field throwing the football, it was most, I see that look like stuff on Sundays. There wasn't a ton of broken plays or run around, or it was like in rhythm, creating big plays and throwing the ball downfield, contrary to these clips. And then the third thing was, I think his pocket, patience, his peace, his subtlety is most realistic to the NFL. Here's my thing with Caleb. Again, I don't need to tell people he's ridiculously talented. To think that you're going to have tons of opportunities to just go run around and make big plays on a consistent basis, it doesn't happen that much. And so a lot of Caleb's plays, you sit there and go, awesome, but how realistic is that on Sundays? Awesome, how realistic is that on Sundays?
Dan, you make me feel really smart because, you watch all the film, you do all the big-time studying, and you are the authority on a lot of things for ESPN.
For sure.
You get that iPad.
Yep.
You do that whole thing. You start circling them. You see this?
Yep.
You got the vision thing. I wondered if he's going to be able to do all his escapability magic stuff immediately upon watching their one game at the megacast we had.
Yeah, against Washington.
USC Washington. That was my first time watching a full game of his since maybe that Oklahoma-Texas game. I've watched highlights and cut-ins and watched film of it hey, we need to see this situation. Never just watched an entire game, from literal first snap all the way to he is electrifying. He's
awesome.
He was awesome every play is electrifying. It is fantastic. It is worth the hype. But you immediately think to yourself, there's 400-pounders running 4.8s in the NFL. A lot of these guys on the defense side of the ball, even though Pac-12 was phenomenal in its last year of existing in the football competition level and everything like that, you got guys running 4.3, 4.4 that are chasing down the edge. His ability to escape is a massive piece of his thing. Now, granted, he can throw. everything else happens in there. But it's like,
awesome.
is all that shit possible in the NFL? It's like, we won't find out till he gets there. That's literally all we'll find out.
And that's your like, I'm not knocking Caleb for it, but that's where you have to sit there as a football team. Like I think I've mentioned this on your show. The game that gave me the biggest hesitation was the Notre Dame game. Because if you watch the Notre Dame game and Al Golden, who's their defensive coordinator, who has significant ties to the NFL, okay? Al Golden threw a ton of different NFL fronts, a ton of different NFL coverages, and post-snap rotations. And what they didn't do was allow him to go run around and make plays. They kind of forced him, and they attacked in the middle of the pocket, and they forced him to kind of, sit in this world, and you could see him backing away from pressure. You could see him feeling things that weren't necessarily there. And that was the game where I sat there and I was like, all right, again, unbelievably tremendously talented, and the power in his arm and the playmaking is there. But when I watched Jaden, it was like, that's what it looks like. Honestly, I've said this. Watching Jaden was like watching CJ Stroud. Watching Jaden was like watching CJ Stroud. Now, CJ probably had a little bit more control of the line of scrimmage, and I think CJ threw people open more consistently. But that was also because teams, candidly, like concept-wise, Ohio State had different concepts that, CJ would throw with a little bit better anticipation than Jaden did. But Jaden has plenty of examples of it.
Yeah, CJ Stroud shouted out Ryan Day for that whole thing. Yeah. He said, why was he able to translate into the NFL as quickly with defenses and stuff? He said, Ryan Day had me ready with that offense.
And it's also, I don't mean to cut you off, Pat, but it's also this, dude, like,
hey, you talk. I'm pretty hungover.
When you watch,
he's not.
When you watched CJ,
I'm damn near dead.
I think one of the things that I think I missed a little bit, and I've tried to pay more attention to, is like CJ always seemed to be like ready to throw. That's why I said that pocket structure or pocket piece. Like CJ was always, so is Jaden. He's always ready to throw. Like you could see the flex of his lower body. He's in position. His upper body is ready to throw. And Caleb doesn't necessarily have that on a consistent basis. Can he get there? Yeah, you believe he can. This is not a knock on Caleb. It's just when you watch Jaden, I'm like, dude, this kid I think has got special talent. And if we're going to sit here and say, man, well, his frame, I mean, he's 6'4", 210 pounds. I mean, more than likely he's going to be 6'4", 220 pounds, 225 pounds. That's
he's big dude.
Plenty big frame.
Yeah. So immediately saying the CJ Stroud comparison forever now, when we're doing draft talk, that's going to be one of the new comparisons.
Yep.
Because people are going to be seeking out, like, CJ had the greatest rookie year in the history of the NFL. Like, I think that is just now common thought. Like, hey, what he did last year, best ever. So now everybody's going to be searching for the next one. And there's a chance that both Caleb and Jaden are great. There's also a chance that a man who hasn't been talked about at number one, seemingly since the combine, kind of maybe going in opposite direction. Connor's got a question for you, Dano.
Yeah, Dan, as a Patriots fan, obviously sitting at 3, the assumption is those two guys that you've been talking about are gone no matter what. And I, for one, am pretty happy with the Drake May consolation prize because, he's basically Justin Herbert. Can you justify the fact that I can call him Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, anybody who's tall, big, white, and athletic,
and can throw a ball,
it can sling the pill? Can you tell me reasons why?
Come on,
that is who the Patriots
save
are
him. Dan, he's hungover too.
I need some good news here, Dan.
Yeah. So the comparison to Justin Herbert stops at big, tall, and white. Herbert was like way more. Herbert was way more refined coming out of college because he played a lot more. I mean, and Herbert was so much more like a finished product, and polished way more than Drake. Drake is. I saw this, and I don't know exactly who said it, and I got mad at it last year, and I get mad at it this year. Like, we got to stop thinking and saying, well, this guy's a project as a bad thing. We say, well, Drake May's a project. Yes. Yeah, no duh, guys. He's 20 years old.
No, Doin.
Of course he's a project. So was Patrick, so was Josh. I think that New England, I've said this, I think New England's trading out of 3. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. Maybe I'll be wrong. But here's the thing with Drake May, Boston, kind of like, I'd be okay if they took him and sat him for a year in New England and Jacoby was just the guy.
Yep.
He's got to sit. His feet are all over the place. I think he like when you watch him versus North Carolina. One, the tape is littered with drops. I mean, so it's sometimes you're like, man, can I watch this kid play 6 snaps in a row rather than, hey, 1, 2, 3, and hey, we got to punt again because you're dropping the football. He throws over the football in the middle of the field really, really, really well. That's why I've said, like, Jordan loves the comp. He's got a lot of wow plays. Some run around athletic plays, some driving the football downfield. Like this dude drives the ball downfield. He is a big time athlete. I've saw people say he's not an athlete. That's factually incorrect.
And a stud.
That's
Herbert.
I think
that's Herbert. What are you talking about, man?
I think he's, one of the things that's a downside. Plays like this happen. They were in a situation last year in North Carolina. You could tell so often he would just be like, "Screw it, I'm the best athlete on the field. I'm going to run around and make some plays." Throws like this are all over his tape. There's a lack of consistency, but again, drops in offense and how much they were asking him to do. So he is big. He is strong-armed. He's wildly intelligent. He's got an unbelievable work ethic. They say he's got great character and leadership skills. You just can't play him right away because you have to grind out his mechanics. Yep. But I don't think New England's taking quarterback at 3.
Hey, and also, this doesn't get well, okay, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
There might be some movement to there, but I think a big topic of discussion when you're talking about Drake May is allegedly he was offered like $5 million to go play somewhere else and go into his senior year. Multiple places were bidding for his services that felt like they were one quarterback away. And allegedly, from what I've been told by numerous people, is he didn't even want to see it. Don't even show it to me. I don't even want to hear it. I'm staying here. Now, not everybody is in a situation to be comfortable financially. I'm not even talking about that. Sure. But just in the modern day that we're currently in, to just be like, nah, this is my team. This is my place. I love this place. I would not leave here. I would not leave my teammates. Like, that's a part of that whole character thing you were chit-chatting about that I assume some NFL teams are writing down. And I assume they're paying attention to that type of thing. Like, this kid is seemingly the complete opposite of everything that people paint this particular generation to be. Not saying everybody is like this in college football, but like from everything you hear, the transfer portal, the bidding for services, the quarterback's moving. Quarterbacks are moving a lot. Everybody thinks these are just disgruntled skill players that are moving or stuff like that. It's like the quarterbacks are moving a lot because they're getting paid a lot of money to do that. Drake wouldn't even entertain offers. So it's like that goes into the conversation of it all. Darius Butler played golf with him for 4 hours?
Yeah.
And he said,
Pat, that's the guy that I think Minnesota wants. All those trades today, I think Minnesota wants to go get Drake May.
For Sam Darnold for a year.
Yeah, like play Sam Darnold, and until you, and if you feel like here's the reality. If most of these first-round quarterbacks, if they go to Minnesota, are going to be really good, especially if they keep Justin Jefferson. Kevin's great. Their offensive line is great. Addison's an awesome number 2. Hawkinson's a stud. So, if you take – I think Minnesota made those trades because they want to go get Drake May. That's the guy that you sit there and go, this offense has historically taken talented players and made them play better than they physically talented are. This kid is unbelievably physically talented. And if we could just get him to, in this offense with Kevin O'Connell that's built upon listening to your feet and the rhythm passing game, you coach him up with a year or 2 of that, and it's just – dude, I'm telling you, if this young man goes to Minnesota, he will be a stud for them. Stud.
Okay.
But not New England. If he goes to New England, he will not be a stud.
But I think I don't know New England and Alex Van Pelt that well.
Okay.
I think Minnesota has 2 stud receivers, an awesome offensive line, and a really good tight end. New England doesn't claim that, number one.
No.
Number 2, if New England sits him for a year, he's got a chance to be really good. But they got to get the people around the player like Minnesota would have.
Yeah, and Kevin O'Connell, has seemingly been able to reach every quarterback that he's coached. And I think that, because not everybody has, and I'm not saying the head coach not every coach is a good coach in the NFL. Like some positions have bad coaches.
Right.
You'll get there and you'll be like, how?
Who do you know?
Bingo.
Yeah.
But then you start trying to figure out why. Oh, good vibes. Okay, can keep things going. Like that is what got a veteran room there. Don't need a You know, like there's a balance. But then there's some people like, you don't deserve to be in the NFL. Like, why is that even there? There's that. But Kevin O'Connell has seemingly, just from watching from outside in, he's been able to reach every single quarterback that has been there. Could you imagine if Drake May takes a year off and let's say, you know, because of the conversation chatter stopping about him after the combine, I don't think fans would be like, hey, we need to see him now anyways. You could do like what I think everybody wishes they'd be able to do with these young quarterbacks. A lot of these young quarterbacks get, like if Andrew Luck could have watched Peyton Manning for 1 year, I say this all the time.
Yeah.
If Andrew Luck could have watched Peyton Manning for 1 year, I think it would have changed Andrew Luck's career. Like from day one. Not that Andrew Luck was not absolutely phenomenal. Lucky to watch him play football, be on a team that he was leading. Like I loved watching Andrew Luck play football. But it's not just on the field, it's like off the field. Like, hey, here's how you're allowed to, you know, input your opinion to people. Here's how you're allowed to talk to your teammates. Here's how you're allowed to say, like, I don't like this play. We're doing this play. Like, here's how you're allowed to be a professional quarterback. Like, I think that is vital, is what, not just on the field and being able to do the whole drop, is like, this is what a quarterback is allowed. You'll learn this in like 5-6 years if you end up lasting long enough. We need you to get to this point now. You are a CEO seemingly, and it's like your voice matters. I think here's how you talk to your teammates. Take them out to eat, like this type. Like I think all that shit is like something you can learn from sitting and watching. But with the patience of the world we have now, it very rarely gets to happen. And it's like if that is becoming the new norm, that'd be great.
Yes,
that would be great news.
I think this too, Pat. Like because everyone always says, well, why is the hit rate on quarterbacks so low and all that stuff? And there's variables attached to that. I always believe it is so hard because they're all going in the first round because they're super talented. They're not perfect, and none of them are. They have flaws that they have to work on and figure out because those flaws, if you don't, will ruin your NFL career, a la Drake May and his footwork. It is almost impossible to go into the NFL and try to consistently work out the flaws of your game. And those flaws are built up over 10 years of playing the position. Everyone has them. You have to try to get that flaw out of your game. And if you're starting as a young player, also like figure out whatever it takes to win football games on Sundays in the NFL. So oftentimes you guys notice you revert to bad habits. And so you're trying to get these flaws out of your game, but then in Sunday games, you're reverting back to that habit because you're doing whatever it takes to win. And it's the same during the week. It's like, well, instead of me learning how to handle my body, and that's why what CJ did was so remarkable last year.
That's
but like
what I was about to say.
How to handle my body and study tape and all that. It's like, okay, I got to figure out this game plan. And I'm like, I don't necessarily know what cover 88 is with the corner will cap pressure, but like, hey, I've got to study the 21 personnel package. Like there's so much.
Nobody's talking about cover 88 anymore, dude.
Will cap pressure.
I think the thing that as you're talking there about like young players trying to eliminate flaws from their game and from their technique and form and whatever the case is, how about CJ Stroud just having like perfect?
Yeah.
Pure.
Money.
Pure.
Just so much. It is from day one. And I guess that's something you see in college, right? And like you, whenever you say, when I watch Jaden Daniels, I see like a Sunday player or whatever. We saw CJ Stroud down at that Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, Bingo. Against Georgia.
Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
Peach Bowl.
Oh.
The
college football playoff.
Georgia State.
In the Georgia Bowl.
Yep.
In the
Mercedes-Benz.
We saw him take on Georgia in Georgia. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of Georgia.
Our team did that against Georgia in Sugar Bowl back in 2006, I believe. I was on the squad. We did win by 3. The fake punt actually won it. Shout out to Phil Brady. But anyways, as soon as we saw C.J. Stroud on the field, it was very apparent by every human that had NFL eyes. I was like, that's a Sunday right there.
Yep.
Yeah. That one right there. He's like this tall, incredibly like built.
Yeah.
And then he was just perfect. It felt like
out
perfect.
of the pocket, throwing darts.
And then they were saying, well, Bryce Young is the perfect because he is the Steph Curry of football. He's going to change.
Is it footwork? Is it footwork that you see when you hear, hey, they got to marry their feet with their arm? Is that what you're noticing when you see guys that aren't prepared yet, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely, AJ. And it's the rhythm of the footwork. It's the pace of the footwork. It's how you have your body aligned and ready to throw, and it's how many steps you're taking. Are you married up with like the receiver and all that stuff? And again, this transfers over. Like when you watch the difference between, I'll say this, like the difference between Jaden Daniels, just watch how his feet are always in rhythm and timing and light. And then the ball is always getting delivered on time. And that's why there's no misses, really. Like there's very little misses, whether, AJ, it's a 5-yard throw or a 50-yard post or a 20-yard crosser. And then go watch a Caleb or a Drake. Now, Caleb's not as bad as Drake, but Caleb, again, didn't have a ton of examples of that. Drake may, I remember, with Lamar coming out of college and even Lamar's rookie year, it was like, what does he have to work on? Lamar was so talented that Lamar would miss 5-yard throws. Ty, you know this. I said this about Jordan Love last year. Mm-hmm. He would miss. Now it would be a completion in the box score, but instead of the ball being on a shallow cross like out in front, the ball would be maybe on the back hip or the back shoulder, or a swing route to a back. If you throw it out and he catches it, in stride, it's a 15-yard gain, but you stop him and it's all of a sudden a 3-yard gain. So why are those like little misses happening when mechanically your feet are poor? And so, like we live in this world where people say with these quarterbacks, well, they can make these off-platform throws and these funny body throws. That's awesome. It's a necessity. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that gets lost a little bit because I don't want to say it's a laziness of I don't want to. It's like they just have to grind to get, like Lamar has. Lamar has grinded to get his feet in such a better place and in structure and in position and in rhythm, the same way Jordan Love did.
Just like Dak was doing.
Yep.
Getting in that room.
Dak's one of the best in the league at it.
Well, that's because he's...
Yeah, boom.
That's because
real.
Boom.
Boom.
AJ, like think about it in this regard, like as a linebacker, like false steps for you guys, or like if you get a false step here and there, you're just a half body behind somebody, you lose.
Yeah, some guys I think don't you think, Dan, they're so athletic where they didn't have to kind of
correct.
Their fundamentals didn't have to be perfect at a young age, so obviously that just carries on.
Yeah. One of the guys that just is a perfect example of that when it comes to Matthew Stafford was so good at throwing the football that sometimes mechanically throwing wise, like he would, underarm and all that stuff. And you'd be like, you don't have to do that. That's why he went out west to some of those quarterback training people, because he wanted to tighten up his throwing more and more and more, because he was so naturally talented. He would rely on that too often. And so he wanted to become more consistent. And that's why he's played at the level that he has for so long.
Josh Allen, same thing. He got the lasers on.
the lasers.
He got the lasers on him.
Lasers.
He actually told us about it because, he was questioned a lot about his throwing and his accuracy and his ability to throw the deep ball, which he has a strong arm. That's I thought you were here for. And then it wasn't as great early, but he could jump over guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he had been doing that his whole football career. So I don't think just like what you said, I don't think he had the time or the need to work on everything that had to be as sound. And then he goes to work and he figures that out. And it's like, he also gets Stephon Diggs on his team. But I think he jumped it jumped 45%.
Oh, yeah. It was absurd.
It was like an insane thing. So we asked him about it. And he said he got laser, like golf swing. They do it like how they try to time up a golf swing. What is it?
Yeah.
Your hip, your elbow, everything has to just be aligned. Your feet need to be set properly. Well,
I think the big thing is a lot of these guys are learning. And I don't know a ton about this, but instead of being a straight line thrower, they're learning to be a rotational thrower. And I think just making sure that everything is on plane with that.
What's that mean?
Throwing and, instead of almost thinking like a baseball pitcher when they pick their left leg up and they throw and, bring your right leg or your right arm through and right leg carry over and thinking as throwing is a straight line, throwing as this rotational thing and whatnot, and it generates a little bit more power. Is that like Aaron
Rodgers, how Aaron kind of torques the ball more than most people?
Yes. Yep. Aaron is a big person with that, because Aaron was one of the first guys I think that talked about generating force from the ground and then spinning through the ball. And Shanahan's been a massive person of it. Shanahan believes upper body torque is as important as pushing off the ground or having your feet in perfect positions and whatnot. So again, there's a lot of it that I don't necessarily know a ton about, but Yeah, that's the Josh stuff, I think. Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
He worked on it and got better.
See, like Drake May would benefit a ton from this.
Boom.
A ton.
They got one in New England at the facility, actually.
Yeah.
They do?
Yep.
No, it moved out.
Mayo brought it in.
Mayo brought it in. He was like, my name's Mayo, and we're putting in.
I thought Guerrero took it with him.
Exactly what happened.
For Drake May.
He said, my name's Mayo.
He said,
But
my
he takes
name's Mayo.
games over,
This is my
man.
Mayo.
That dude takes games over. I know that.
All right. Ty wanted to ask you about, Tone wanted to ask you about, do you think the Vikings are trying to get to 3? But I think you answered that.
Yeah, he did.
You think they are?
I think the Vikings are trying to get to 3 for Drake May, or if they can't get to 3, I think they want J.J. McCarthy.
He's a winner.
You can do that.
He's a winner.
Guy's a winner. He can throw it real hard, too.
Knows how to huddle.
I love McCarthy. You know what's
Laser
interesting
rocket
about JJ?
Tell
I
us.
do love JJ McCarthy. I called his first game ever in college football. You know what I think is going to be like? Again, super talented. I think he's got super confident in his arm. He makes really difficult throws look easy. The challenge with McCarthy is going to be
That was too hard.
you don't have many, if any, examples where JJ McCarthy takes the game over in college football.
He wasn't asked to. They ran the ball 32 times against Penn State.
Correct, but you're going to be asked to if you're the 4th or 5th pick in the NFL draft.
I agree, and we'll find out. But he throws heat. We're talking Paul Skenes.
Yeah, we are talking Paul Skenes.
We're talking Paul Skenes. When we were watching that Michigan-Alabama game, he rolled to his right and threw these same 2 balls. It was the first one was picked, but it wasn't picked. And then later in the game, he did the same thing. That thing was coming 102.
Yeah.
And in there, it was like, this guy's got a cannon. Does he?
Yeah.
Not as much Paul Skenes.
Yeah. He ain't no Paul Skenes.
Yeah. They're saying that glove, the pop, sounds like shotgun.
Sit down.
Opening day pitcher, right? Opening day?
Yeah.
You're damn right.
They should be. Baseball stinks, though.
Jeez, dude.
Dan,
Thank you, Dan.
you tell me, is the first pick of the draft not supposed to be the guy for your team?
That's not baseball.
Absolutely. But baseball
in
doesn't
10 years,
necessarily happen.
He'll be there in
Jackson
10 years.
Holliday is going to be a superstar. He wasn't. He's
the guy that
he's not
Skenes sat
necessarily
down last
balling at Major League Baseball yet.
Yeah, I saw that
He
guy
didn't go
hit
to
a
college,
nuke.
though.
Yeah, well,
Very young.
We got Cruz O'Neal hitting more home runs than everybody else. We got Paul Skenes striking somebody out doing what? What do you do?
Who is it?
101.
Cruz O'Neal.
Cruise missile.
O'Neal Cruz.
Cruz O'Neal missile.
There's too many cruises.
No, you're saying like in the program, Cruz, O'Neal.
Yeah.
Bingo. I'm reading them. I'm scoring.
Yeah, exactly. You're in scores book.
And then
That's what I do for
and then
baseball.
Skenes, comma fucking ball.
Skenes, Paul.
Yeah. And what he strikes out, I think
101,
101.
101, 102, or 101, 102.
Yep.
One dude is gas.
Yeah.
Strike one.
I want to see him play.
Strike two.
You will in Indiana.
I mean,
Strike three. You're not going to catch up to 102, pal. Sorry about it.
Yeah, we'll have a chance to watch him downtown for at least a month.
He's going to be on the Indianapolis baseball team.
Yeah, what's their name?
You can say
Indianapolis what?
You can say they haven't changed it.
Indians.
Yeah.
Whoa! You hear this guy, Dan?
That's the team name.
Dan!
Whoa. They don't get canceled.
I don't know. Honestly, it's an interesting sitch. I don't know. I am not.
Connor's shirt. Maybe.
No, so
Well, we could.
when Paul Skenes goes like this, though, they know what's coming.
Yeah.
That's more of a straight line throwing.
Yeah, he's going straight over top. Kaminsky?
Yeah. Tommy Mansky.
Tommy Mansky.
Yes. Fred McGriff.
Yep. This is an instructional video that works.
Yeah, I do. Late night. That was right late. Guy was in the outfield, caught it.
Yep. Crow hop, perfect. Boom, right into the bucket
to
at
the
home
garbage
plate.
cans.
Yep.
Did you play baseball? Were you good at your quarterback? Obviously, played baseball. That's normal.
Yeah, I was an unbelievable Little League baseball player, and then I turned 13 and I sucked.
That happens.
What happened? Just couldn't throw a damn strike?
But you're throwing gas. Yeah.
Dude, that's because I'm telling you, when I was 12 years old, I was bigger-ish. I would
like
strike out
6'5".
everybody. I hit 25 home runs as a 12-year-old, 26 home runs, 12-year-old. 13 years old, I was batting practice pitcher for everybody. It was just
What happened? You
couldn't
start
hit
meatballs?
anymore.
Everyone catch up. What, do you have a mustache in like fourth grade and everyone caught up to you?
No, I hit puberty real late. I was a junior in high school when I went through puberty.
That's probably why you sucked at baseball. Is that what you think it was?
I just ended up sucking. I don't know why.
Did you have
I
any
just
jump, or
wasn't-
were you just throwing just meatballs right down? What were you
I would just throw. It was weird. I threw hard as a 12-year-old. I didn't as a 13-year-old. I threw a football far, but I couldn't throw a baseball hard anymore.
You found your calling. It was the universe.
Yeah.
God. It was
Born to
God.
spit.
It was God.
Thank you, God.
Yeah. Thank you, God.
I love baseball, though.
You watch baseball? When was the last time you watched a baseball game on TV?
Oh, we watched a ton last year because my boys are 12, and so the pitch clock, I probably watched 15 baseball games last year on TV. We went to a
15?
handful.
That's a long time watching games.
Oh, that's light work.
You're not watching these games for real.
Got 162.
Oh yeah. I bet I watched
Phillies games.
I bet I watched 140 Yankees games last year.
Come on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
He's got
Keep
like
the
the
book,
network
too?
thing.
Yeah.
And they sucked, didn't they?
As long as it wasn't
Yeah,
a
they
day
did.
game.
You're right. So I probably I watched about 120. The year before, when my daughter had just been born, did not miss a game. Did not miss a game. Watched every fucking game.
You're the best.
Let's go, Yankees.
What's the news on Garrett Cole?
He's out 1 to 2 months. It's not great.
What?
Not bad.
Season hasn't even started. Where did he get hurt? Walking into the park?
No, he's got elbow tightness.
He had to go see
That's not bad, though.
Elbow tightness?
It's
Yeah,
not.
they
but
say this every time, and they put off Tommy John, and we know what happens down the
Whoa.
line.
Gumpy.
Happened with Chris Sale every year,
Chris
dude.
Sale was Chris Sale. First of all,
He's
ain't
not
Garrett
Garrett
Cole.
Hold
and
the
he's
phone.
He's not Gumpy.
World Series champion.
Okay.
In his heyday?
Check the stats with the White Sox, dude.
Reigning Cy Young.
And what?
Biggest contract ever. But also, I mean, he's going to Elitrosh. Elitrosh isn't just being like, if you need to get something done, Elitrosh is making
You're going
sure
to
you're
Elitrosh.
Yeah, he's making sure that's happening. If he says, hey,
Rest yourself.
just sit down.
Little
for a
tennis
month or
elbow.
two.
So
Sounds
we were
bad.
calling him the Achilles factor. He's just
Everything.
He's the factor.
He's the guy.
I think it started with elbows.
His partner started it. Yeah, his guy, his mentor started Tommy John or invented it.
What a weapon. Hey, Garrett Cole gets paid 400, 300. How much?
His deal was like 300.
350, right?
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
Hey,
300 maybe.
$350 million elbow.
Guaranteed.
Needs to be fixed.
Yes.
We'll bang it.
Headed to Elitrosh. Yeah, you get good wood on that stuff. Yeah.
Rosedale race
I
head.
am dying.
Were you a lefty, Pat?
Huh?
Were you a lefty baseball player?
All right. I'm not getting into this today.
It depends on the pitcher.
We don't know. We don't know.
Switch.
Dan, we kind of know, but we don't.
Are you a switch hitter? You're probably a switch hitter.
I mean, I've only
Best in
played
baseball.
I've only played 7 innings of baseball in my life. 3 at bats.
Soccer guy.
Washington Wild Things.
Yep.
We were Frontier League favorites too that year.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Came in second. Didn't even get a ring.
No.
Didn't even get a ring. Could have got a ring.
So close.
So the boys were a good bunch.
We're a good bunch.
They were a good bunch.
Sweet boys.
They were boozing me up in the afternoon. We had a game tonight.
they're a wild bunch.
Yeah, they were
Wow,
they were icing me.
That's
Yeah, they were.
independent baseball.
They even tried to fireball me.
They tried?
They tried. I was like, I gotta get good wood tonight.
Yeah. Put that fire
My
out.
first time stepping into a batter's box. That's a real deal. First time I ever did it was against a guy who got drafted to play for the fucking
Yeah, it's like Brewers, I think.
Brewers. 90-something. First pitch.
Jeez. I ever tell you the
what
Joe
happened?
Klatt baseball
Made
story
contact.
with me?
Made contact. Anyways, go ahead.
I ever share the Joe Klatt baseball story with me? I think I have.
Is his name Joel?
Joel Klatt.
Okay. I thought you said Joe Klatt. I thought that was a baseball player.
He
Joel.
was.
Yeah.
Joe Clapp played in the MLB?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He came to Colorado
so I
at like
haven't
28
shared
years
you this
old.
baseball story. So Joel Klatt from high school went and played professional baseball.
Yes.
Okay. I don't believe his baseball career reached obviously what he wanted, but he played professional baseball for I think like 3 or 4 or 5 years. Then gets done playing professional baseball, goes to play quarterback at Colorado.
Yep.
Plays college football at 24, 25, 26 years old, something like that. So then after Colorado, he was coming out of school. He was in our training camp in Detroit. It was me, I think it was McCown, Kit, and then Joel was in camp with us. We're sitting around talking one day about baseball. Me being the egomaniac that I am, I'm like, I was the best 12-year-old baseball player ever. And he laughs. And I'm like, I honestly was. And he was like, Dan, I would make you look like a fool in a baseball field. So I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. So long story, 30 minutes later, we get in the car. We go down to the baseball field. And I'm like, you know what? He's like, I play third base, but let me pitch to you first. And I'm like, absolutely. Like, I'm the first pitch I see over the plate, I'm going to send to the moon. I did not touch a single thing. I could not touch a single pitch, just hooks and fastballs. And I'm looking like an idiot. So after 10, 15, 20 minutes of that, he's like, all right, I'll hit this time. I was like, I was great at pitching. Like, this is the strength of mine. Before the first pitch, he's like, where do you want me to hit the ball? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, where do you want me to hit this pitch? And I'm like, you're an idiot. Shut up. He's like, tell me. I was like, right field line. Right field line. I'm like, all right. He's like, where's the next one? I'm like, left field gap. I mean, he just did
And you're
whatever
trying to
he
strike
wanted
him
with the
out?
ball.
You're throwing to him, trying to make him not hit the ball?
Correct. I was trying to strike him out, and all that. And no matter what I threw,
before
where I
the
threw
pitch,
it,
he's Babe Ruthing you for like line drives.
wherever I told him to hit the ball, he hit it.
I'm gonna put it right there.
Yep.
What the hell?
Man, he alphaed you so hard, dude. And
That's when I was like, man, baseball.
What a sport! What a sport! What a sport baseball is. We're going through his shit. Yeah, he was drafted, played baseball. Same Joel Klatt that I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Football Joel Klatt.
Yeah.
As an 18-year-old.
I have no idea that he's a dog.
This guy's lived 8 lives.
And Brandon Whedon.
Yeah.
Same deal.
Legit.
Oh
Yeah, man.
And Wanky, right? Or was Wanky?
Wanky, yeah.
Yeah.
We had J.R. House.
Yeah.
He got drafted by the Pirates out of West Virginia, and I think he had a home in Florida because he played baseball in Florida. He played football in West Virginia. So in the fall, I think he'd play football at Nitro. Oh, sorry if that's the wrong high school.
Sure.
But anyways, he played football there, and then he go play baseball in the spring, gets drafted to the Pirates. I think he goes through, is doing the Pirates thing, gets hurt. Something happens, so he came and played for West Virginia. He was my freshman. We were freshmen together. He's like 24, 25 years old or whatever. So much more of a better human than I am at that stage. But we chatted a little. He's riding around like an Escalade. This guy's like, he has a home.
Yeah, I'm living.
He's like a nice home on campus. I'm in the dorm, like he's rolling me back to the dorm. I'm like, all right, I'm going into a ridiculous scene here. He's like, I'm gonna go home I think he was married at the time. And he's like 24 years old. And then you think about that weed, and he got drafted like 29.
Yeah.
Weren't they worried?
Brandon Whedon, yeah.
He's too old to draft.
Yeah.
We can get what 2-3 years out of this guy's prime.
Browns first round.
Don't matter.
Didn't work.
Bring him in.
He had some good years.
He was on a flag during a national anthem at one time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was
got stuck underneath there.
That was fucked up. They did that.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Let's get out of here. All right, Dan. We appreciate you, bud.
Boys, have a good weekend, man.
We needed your juice today,
Yeah.
And your mana.
I got you, bud.
And your mana.
Great
I got
mana.
you.
We need your mana.
Bruce did want to send a message to Dan that Staples lacrosse stinks and that they'll never be good.
It's the #1 ranked public institution program in the country.
No,
right
it's
now,
not. They're third in the FCIAC and will never be higher.
It is the #1 public school lacrosse program in the
You
country.
sorry, Bruce.
We got beef.
We'll never be Darien or New
Billy
Canaan.
Bob.
Who?
They blew the doors off at Darien 2 years ago.
Oh,
They're
2 years
defending
ago?
state
Who
champions.
cares?
They're the back-to-back defending state champions. Their coach is a stud. Their goalie's going to Carolina. Their midfielder or attack kid's going to Notre Dame. Stop it.
With the
What's that,
Kavanaughs?
class double L?
Oh, geez.
Got him.
We got a real coastal beef
is
going
that?
on right now. That's Bruce Brown.
Dan, you should pay
Your mortal enemy.
You shouldn't pay
no.
attention. He tried to tell me today that a Connecticut high school football team would beat a Pennsylvania high school football team, and I said, "There's
Who
not."
said that?
Bruce.
We should set that up. Preseason scrimmage.
I don't know, Bruce.
I mean, it depends on what team, but it could happen. Like the team in Avon Old Farms in Connecticut could beat some Philly PA teams.
That's a prep school, though.
Hold on, they're the Beavers.
Yes, the
Hernandez school was good.
Who?
the winged.
Hernandez is
Beavers.
He did not go
stop
to
it,
Avon.
Oh, my bad. I thought Pat was talking to me. His team was great.
Well, that's on highlight.
Yeah,
No, they
highlights.
weren't.
There's a lot
When
of
he was
lowlights
there,
coming, but he
I'm sure.
Him and his brother.
Jeez, Louise.
Yeah, their quarterback.
So, our Plum High School team, I just found out, we got moved into.
Not great.
We got moved into a division.
Tough.
Yeah.
We back up in 5.
better
Be an
one.
uphill battle.
Yeah, you know Aliquippa. You ever heard of that place?
Oh yeah.
Aliquippa, PA, we're a bunch of kids that I played college football with. We used to have this guy named Peanut. He used to walk around and say, Aliquippa, baby.
That's awesome.
So Peanut is a legend. I can already tell, but that is.
He's the best.
It's like every college has an Aliquippa guy there, and it's this school in Western Penn. Yeah, we're playing them every year now. I think that's good.
Oh,
that's good.
Isn't that
Revis.
Isn't that where Revis is from?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ty Law, too.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. There was.
I think Lusaka.
It was just some eye-opening experiences when you're around the kids from Aliquippa.
Bruce. Game time, Connecticut Top 10 Boys Lacrosse Bowl final in 2023. It's fun. This is over. First place, Staples Lacrosse. That's why Dan Orlovsky's wearing this medium shirt across his chest. Bruce, you
No, I
think
just
he's
got
going to
done
wear?
play basketball, so this was the shirt I had.
Yeah, but you're not going to wear number 2 around town.
No.
How does this shit work? They were still third in the county.
Bruce.
Oh no! In the county, they're third, but in the state, they're number 1. That's wild.
They might have finished third in the FCIAC tournament, but They finished first
And
in the
regular
state
season
and won the
record.
state championship.
Oh, they won state
They're
this year.
17-5. Cheshire is 19-3.
Cheshire,
Who's beat?
Cheshire's got a cat.
Cheshire.
Cheshire.
They lost
Cheshire's a good team. Cheshire's
I
got
see
a
what
couple
you
out
did
of
there,
state
Dan.
teams.
Shout out Fairfield
Cheshire's got a
Prep.
cat going to Notre Dame to play football
Cheshire,
and lacrosse.
Cheshire?
They got a kid there now who's playing football and lacrosse.
Cheshire?
Jordan Faison. No, he's a slot
Faison, yeah.
receiver.
Or Faison, yep.
Where's he from? Fairfield?
No.
No, the Cheshire kid.
Cheshire?
The quarterback who transferred to Bama,
Tyler Buckner?
Tyler Buckner is also now playing lacrosse back in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, not football, though.
Not football, no.
They're going to win
He's
state.
done with it.
He's done.
There's the whole scene in week 3 or whatever.
Exactly.
We're done with this.
Yeah.
Let's go fucking cradle.
Yeah. We should break out the lag sticks outside, maybe.
Huh?
We should
It's nice. When it's
rip
nice
some
outside.
twine outside,
Do a little
perhaps.
bit of this.
Yeah, a little bit of this.
A little bit.
Hey, quick stick.
I met a couple LSMs from the Plum lacrosse team. Couple LSMs.
Big sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy had these shit kickers on.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Nice.
Okay. No offense, Cross. I do wish you were playing football.
Sure.
But okay.
Yeah.
You got a good lacrosse program. I like you were playing lacrosse. They were, I guess, our lacrosse program at our high school.
Are they the same season?
I don't know.
Lacrosse and football?
No.
No, lacrosse
Cross
is
is
spring.
spring.
Lacrosse is spring.
Well, they should play both.
Hey, Plum
Lacrosse
program.
and baseball.
Maxed out youth camps,
Yep.
leagues.
Had to
Cross-
close.
lacrosse?
Lacrosse and Plum.
Didn't even exist when we were there.
Not at all. Yeah. High school team. I think
You
we.
guys went to the same high school?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, brother.
Connor did the.
Don man.
What?
Con.
Look at the hat.
What's this
Look at
hat
the
say?
Says
No,
Plum
Connor's
football.
from
And I play-
Massachusetts.
How do you
No,
think I got
I'm
this
from Plum,
job,
dude.
Dan? Talent?
Yeah, come on.
Same street.
thought it was that tremendous beard.
Thank you, Dan.
It helped.
Dan,
doing the news.
the shorts. Were you playing? Well, the thing about this is, we're all Mustangs here.
Amen.
We're all Mustangs.
See?
Yep.
That's that's the saying. Dan, can we talk about the shorts before we get out of here?
The shorts I'm wearing?
Yeah, you're playing.
Tight.
You're playing pickup basketball wearing those. What are you?
I was playing pickup basketball, yeah.
We're at LA Fitness. You got a game. What are you doing?
YMCA.
Nice.
YMCA. How do you play in there? How's the game?
There was actually a lot of run there today. I played good the first 4 games. The 4th game I was great. 5th game I was god awful.
Okay.
You're playing how many? 5 fucking games? Are we playing a 7, 11?
Court?
He lost his leg.
Playing at 15.
15.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
You've never played with Gary Vee, though, have you?
No, Gary. I don't think Gary Vee lives in Connecticut, does he?
You should travel to
Well,
play with Gary Vee.
yeah,
We need a video of you and Gary Vee playing basketball pronto.
No,
Yeah.
Do not take a breakaway layup on that guy.
No, he's coming with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Don't
chopping and
expect
fouling.
any
and
easy
hacking.
buckets.
YMCA? Yeah, right.
YMCA.
Devil's here now, baby. Yeah. Boom.
No easy buckets.
That's how Gary Vee plays basketball.
Slaps the floor.
It's not his
Is
fault.
Gary Vee tall?
Huge.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
6'5", something like
What
that.
are you talking about, dude? The optimistic otter? You ever heard of it? What's your fucking deal? I'm out of here.
You want to see the eager eagle?
I do want to
Wanna
see
show
the
him?
eagle.
So,
Come on!
Eagle, eagle.
Jesus
Jesus
landed.
landed!
Jesus landed on his feet.
That's what we're
Jesus
talking about.
landed!
That's what we're
good
talking about.
sign. Great sign.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's incredible.
And he's dancing.
Still
Jesus
dancing.
landed!
And he's dancing.
Whoa.
Is that really Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me, Dan.
Oh,
Great
this guy.
Come on.
This guy's
Whoa.
a fraud
Look,
god.
I'm still dancing. Hey, Jesus
Look at
Christ.
that guy go. It's like he's on water.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's awesome, dude.
Wow.
You,
I did that. on
That's a
purpose.
good sign.
I would say, even your shit turns to roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you threw the eager eagle over here.
Well, I
Not
thought it
that,
would.
Jesus.
I thought it would fucking
hey,
soar
I have
for
my
me.
Bible here just so like this moment doesn't.
All right,
set
open
aside.
one.
Oh, nice.
I want a random opening.
Yes.
Okay, of that.
Kings James?
And I would like
Tell
to.
me when to stop.
Okay, this is like a magic trick. I got it. It's a big book.
It's not in frame.
That. Oh,
There you go.
I see highlighter in there. That's deep
Highlighters,
into me.
notes.
That.
That's an old. Whoa!
That.
Whoa!
Oh, you skipped to the one you wanted. All right, I get it. Classic.
I'll do it again, Pat. Ready?
Well, we're never gonna get that page
How
back.
old is it? Did you get that from the apostles?
Did Jesus Christ write that one?
Oh, look at this.
No, that's not the one I want. You're doing a lot of work in that.
Yeah.
Are the pages sticking
Is
together?
that a picture of
Porno maggot.
All right, come on.
Fucking Connor.
Hidden
Oh,
in
look
there.
at, look,
Where he
at, look,
hides
at,
it.
look at that. Look at that. Come
Oh,
on.
that's
I didn't know that was in there.
That is awesome. Hey, I'm happy we
All
had
right,
that
tell me when
moment.
to stop.
Okay. That one has a hole in it. Whoa.
Stop!
Oh, well, wait, what are you doing? Can you not hear? When does the Bible cut
I
off
mean, there's
sound?
a delay or something, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm in the book of John.
Ooh, good one.
We like
That's
the
a
book
good
of
one.
John.
Nice.
Hey, John really did some shit.
He's a big dog.
What does that one say there? What is just if you did, what is the enlighten me, please?
We don't have to stand? No.
I don't know. Yeah. What is this like, do I treat this like a prayer right now? Am I going to head down here?
No.
No, I'm just sitting here listening.
No, it's like a Jameis Winston.
This is like John's. This is his eyewitness accounts of Jesus changes water to wine in John 2.
Classic.
Come on.
Dog.
Changes water into wine.
Good.
Jesus talking to Nicodemus.
Oh,
Wine guy?
How's Nicodemus feel about all these zins?
That's who Nick was named after.
Samaritans. Healing at the pool. That's a big story. John 4, John 2.
Gumpy does it
Some
every
good
weekend.
stuff in the book of John, bud.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Someday.
Palm, hey, Easter right around the corner. You got your palms yet, Dan?
Attaboy, Ty. No.
Get them next Sunday, not this upcoming Sunday. Next Sunday.
Sunday, March
Next
31st.
Sunday's Palm Sunday because
Sunday.
Easter's the 31st.
Yep.
Sunday, March 31st.
Good Friday, right around the corner.
Eat your fish today.
People are growing. People are palm. You get palm.
P.S.
Palms.
Jeez, dude.
Little palms.
P.S.
What?
Dan.
What the hell are palms?
Palm
like-
Sunday, dude.
Yeah,
They laid the
palms?
palms. They laid like the palm trees. They laid them at the ground as Jesus went through the village.
So you guys get palm trees?
Yep.
How do you get those? Like little bamboo trees?
It's just like little palms. It's not like a full tree.
Like
The leaves. The leaves.
Yeah.
Like essentially like a palm leaf. You know, it almost looks like a long fern, I guess you could say.
It kind of looks like the plants that are in dunes that you walk towards the ocean. Kind of like those.
Oh, yeah,
those
I've seen that. Yeah,
We're learning a
I know
lot.
what
Great
you're talking
analogy.
about.
Yeah.
I know what
Great
you're
where the
analogy.
ticks hang out.
Yeah, because they got that thing. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you did say we're going to do the Stations Across this year on Good Friday, right?
Yeah. Are we nailing it to the cross?
All right. This guy's impossible.
I'm sorry.
This guy's impossible.
I mean, I've kept the shirt down, haven't I?
Yeah, thank you for being an adult. Thank you for being an adult. Now's not the time.
I know.
All right, we're going to move along here. We apologize for eating up your day. Thank you for introducing a little Book of John. That made me feel good.
That was nice.
Nicodemus did some stuff.
Boom. There it is.
That looks nothing like a palm tree.
Well, they folded into a cross.
I was going to say.
Who's doing that? That's like doing origami.
Yeah,
It's not that hard.
I was never doing that. I was just taking
Catholic school kids.
Yeah.
What do you do? You
Not
tape
in my
it?
church. They just give you a branch.
Really?
And then you just.
You guys are maniacs, man.
All right.
Dan, what'd you think of John Cena at the Academy Awards?
Were your kids watching?
The whole I better pass on that one, AJ. Thanks.
Dan, you gonna support your QB brethren and vote for Rodgers?
It's a wild time to be alive, Dan. We appreciate you being a part of it. You're the best. Have a great weekend.
All right, boys.
Hey, congrats to Staples Lacrosse, too.
Hell yeah.
Beat the hell out of Shower.
Yeah.
Number one.
Oh, it's gone.
The hell?
Best
He
team
hates
in the
Staples.
SAC.
He's out.
I do wonder how Dan Orlovsky feels after his hits on our show versus other shows.
Boom. Going right to the shower, getting all that filth off.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't even talk about the Book of John.
What?
You just
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Everything.
I chimed in with one thing.
This guy's recommending that we nail Mitt to the cross on Good Friday.
I mean, what are you
That's
doing?
not what I have actually done that. I have been
Wait, what?
Jesus on a Good Friday, like they reenacted.
Oh, thanks for your service.
But I'm just saying, I said one joke about a porno mag and a Bible. Sue me. That's kind of what people do who sometimes are in that, field.
What? What?
You know what I'm talking about.
I do know. It's on the internet a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
From people that we follow that are religious.
And quarterbacks.
It seems like that is always a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Addiction.
I
Part of
can't
what-
stop,
part of what
stop,
God-
stop, stop, ba, 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 But yeah, that's
It's a good show.
a good show.
A lot of pizzazz.
If you were listening to that, once again, I can't talk about how high the intellect is of what we just did.
Yes.
Yeah, they wouldn't get it.
People would never understand what we just did right there.
Nope.
Just like fucking pie right here.
That's right.
Just like what we did with pie on this chalkboard right here.
Who came up with pie? Do we know?
Mister
Confucius.
Bernardo?
Shinzu, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was part of the art of war.
Yeah, it's part of the art of war at the end. There it is.
Boom.
God, it's gorgeous.
Boom. ...
We've had it on now, if you do the full timing, about 3.14159265358979323846264338337950 amount of times on this show.
Yeah, just about.
Okay? We're doing pie more than anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Not even close.
And the issue is, we just can't figure out what the fuck this is.
Well, it represents an ellipses, which basically just means that it's going to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
We can't do it again. We can't do it again. All right, joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who, I'm telling you, after we talk to him, we're done for the week.
Okay.
This show needs to stop.
Pumped for this.
That's what he normally represents.
This show needs...
Used for this.
You want the show to go on and on and on?
Not today's show. This show has been one of our worst of all time. But the man is about to... Don't.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, you want to make it worse?
A man is about to join us.
What a cheese.
I'll send you later, AJ. We'll send it to you later.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'll give you the whole kit and caboodle.
I'll post
I'll FaceTime you right
I
after.
told AJ my theory on the princess as well.
Yeah.
It's come back.
Sent that around.
If it wasn't the flattest ball in the world.
There it is.
Boom.
There it is.
That looked.
Great line.
Looked
Great
really
line.
I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Couple
a few
blocks.
hoops up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is senior insider at the NFL Network, NFL.com, and one of the hosts of The Insiders, available noon to 2 on NFL Plus. Host of the weekly wrap-up with the Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being the Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapoport.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
What does that mean?
Get a haircut?
You guys good?
I'm better now that I see your hair is back to what it always is. I'm better now because of that.
That was wild.
Yeah, last week you looked so fucking weird. I was like, whoa.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I know. But now, I mean, this is kind of more like it usually is.
Did you hear the internet was talking about your new haircut? Everybody was talking about it. Everybody's like, wow, that looks very different.
Who is this guy?
No, that's what I'm saying. See?
People are pulling up photos and just being like, yup, big difference between this guy and the other guy.
I was trying to tell you guys laughed at me, but it was like dramatic. And now it's gotten a little longer, so now it looks exactly the same. But before it was crazy.
Well, I'm a little hungover, so you're a little blurry up there. But I did just make a basket, so things are looking in the right direction. Let's talk about the week that was, Rap. This is a big one for the NFL. Obviously, over $2 billion worth of contracts was given out from NFL teams to NFL players. Will that number ever be touched by the players? Probably not. The guaranteed monies were big. And the most recent move that we think affects a lot of stuff, you got Hollywood Brown going to the Kansas City Chiefs. We were all talking Calvin Ridley. When Mike Williams came on the market, we're talking Mike Williams. Look at that. Hollywood Brown seems like a perfect match for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're paying him 1 year, $11 million. Was there a market for Hollywood? And how come none of us were talking? Why weren't we talking about Hollywood Brown being available?
First of all, it's 1 year, $11 million max. So the base is a little bit lower. And, I would say for Hollywood, when all the analysts kind of plan out their, like, where do these free agent fits or where guys going to go, the two most, like, obvious ones, I guess, were Derrick Henry to the Ravens, which, to me, like...
I thought he was going to the Cowboys.
Yeah, what? Obvious.
Nah, I mean, he lives in Dallas. Like, people thought he bought a house in Dallas. He may have, but he also just lives there. That's just where he lives.
That's great.
It's like D-Hop.
So anyway, he goes to Baltimore, which I think is like one of the best and most perfect fit signings of the whole free agency. Mm-hmm. And then Hollywood Brown is the other because, the Chiefs didn't have a ton of cash, especially because they haven't traded L'Jarius Sneed yet. We'll see if they end up doing that, but they haven't done it yet. So it wasn't going to be a big multi-year deal. And I think for Hollywood Brown, there's been a lot of flash. There's been some up and down. Really, really, really talented. Like, if you're him and you want to get a big multi-year deal next year, there cannot be a better place than to go to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I thought that was perfect. I thought it made a lot of sense. I was surprised it didn't happen earlier.
So L'Jarius Sneed, you just mentioned there, has been referenced everywhere. People are recruiting him, I think, publicly. He's franchise tagged. There's going to be a lot of money behind that. You're going to have to make a trade. He had a phenomenal. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud.
He's great.
What is going to happen with him? You said you were thinking a deal's going to get done. Is that why you said that the deal with Hollywood?
I would say I don't know for sure if a trade is going to get done, right? But I think what's happened now with L'Jarius Sneed on a franchise tag, which I think is around $20 million or so, whatever it is, that's basically being held up in the Chiefs' cap. So that's money that they can't spend. If they trade him, then they get $20 more million to spend on whatever else they want. So they made it work. They restructured Mahomes' contract, which again, he gets all the money, just kind of moves money around. But trading L'Jarius Sneed for some sort of a premium draft pick would make things easier. The problem is these trades are so hard, right? I mean, if someone is going to trade for someone and give up a draft pick and do a new contract, then that makes it challenging, and finding the right value there is very difficult. Chiefs have not even been willing to do that. I've been able to do that, but I think a lot of teams are interested in keeping trying.
That's why the Brian Burns situation is so, wild. Because, I mean, it's, what's expected, what's supposed to happen, what isn't.
Hi, Max.
Max, what up?
All right.
What up, dude?
Hello.
How are you doing, man?
Show 'em what you got.
Something's wrong with your hair.
I got a new glove and
New catcher's mitt.
and wrapped the hockey.
Okay. You playing hockey? We're playing hockey a little bit. What are we playing? Ball hockey, ice hockey?
Ice hockey.
You're playing ice hockey?
Dog, go.
Lefty shooter.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, you guys have been to what? A lot of Islanders games.
Been to a couple Islanders games, yeah.
Yeah, your dad.
They do not like the Islanders. They like the Pens. You like the Penguins, right?
Let's go.
Well, not all of us.
You talking about us or Max?
Oh, I like the Islanders.
Okay, well they stink, so that's a whole other conversation. But
all right, scram.
Hey, take care, Max. Hey, keep playing. Hey, we need you to keep playing hockey, though. Hockey's awesome. Let's go. I didn't expect a Rapoport, a rap sheet, to be playing hockey. Oh. I don't think that's
or to have one eye.
Let's go. Yeah, what? His hair.
No, dude, the hair. I know he's got a haircut scheduled in about an hour. It can't come fast enough.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Utterly ridiculous.
Are you getting your haircut too at the same time?
It's the thing now.
Yeah, your haircut, his haircut.
Thankfully, I don't need one.
This rap.
It's ridiculous. Like every time I go and I try to get him to cut it shorter, and he is offended, and he gets him to cut it almost not at all. It's ridiculous.
Oh, so what? So is this the way it's supposed to go these days? Or
be the adult, Ian.
I think people are.
Yeah, are you his friend or his dad? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I say things, and he just says like whatever. That's basically our relationship.
I love that.
Nice.
That sounds like all Jets fans. Yeah, those are the texts I get from Jets fans, just saying whatever. Go ahead, AJ.
Ian, we see that Mike Vrabel signed on to coach, do something with the Cleveland Browns. Do you know exactly what that role entails?
Yeah. First of all, really cool kind of idea, right? Because Vrabel is an excellent coach, former coach of the year, wasn't able to land a head coaching job this year, but obviously wants to be involved and is very, very good and is going to get one next year, right? I think. So he goes to Cleveland. He's going to be basically a sounding board / kind of use his experience for the coaches and for the personnel department. So, when you're a head coach and you're so locked in on the players, I'm not saying you kind of lose a little touch of the personnel side, and he is very, very involved, but he goes to a place that is one of the more forward-thinking places. So he gets to help the coaches or whatever, and then probably learn a little bit personnel for when he gets a second chance. I feel very confident that Vrabel's going to get a second chance as a head coach. He'll have like a much more well-rounded
view,
resume, or whatever you would say, to do it.
Well,
I like it.
Experience as well in the front office is a big deal because allegedly, he had some disagreements on some stuff that were happening around the front office. I don't think any of us expected the Cleveland Browns to be the place that would do that.
No, that's gross.
Yeah, it would be cool if he would have did that with Colts.
Is he from there? What part of Ohio is he?
Yeah, he's not. He's from he's not Cleveland, but he up in that region.
He does have one of those Cleveland jaws, doesn't
he? He does.
Yeah, he has one of those Cleveland jaws out there.
Nice stress-free gig though. Think about it. He can go in there, hang out, advise, consult, and then what?
Can you smoke?
Not on you.
Can you smoke?
You lose,
cigs
they're
in the
not coming after
facility
you.
in Cleveland? Do we know?
Can now.
I'm sure he can.
Probably smells like cigs.
I mean, it's also for the Browns. They have to pay him like a regular rate, but he's getting paid mostly by the Titans. So this is like pretty cheap but excellent help for Cleveland. You really knew things were tense on the sideline with Vrabel when you just see a huge dip in on the sideline. You're like, all right, it's getting a little stressful.
There was always one in there, I think.
Just commonplace.
Yeah, they were just they were sitting back here with the one of those wisdom teeth. Yeah, he was back there with the wisdom teeth, for some of those things. Maybe that's why
could be.
Yeah, that probably is what he's been doing in this entire thing. Conman's got a question for you. Speaking of it being a loud week.
Yeah, Rapshi, with the Jets situation right now with Rodgers and everything, have you heard anything out of the front office or ownership or kind of what their sense is that how this is going to go and what their feeling is about the whole entire situation?
Will they vote for him?
Yeah, will they also vote for him?
You mean the VP run?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Of all the things that Robert Saleh will be asked at press conferences, will you vote for Vice President Rodgers would have to be in the top 5 of strangest questions in the history of the world.
The guy you're talking about, the guy's starting quarterback. Are you voting for? That's got to be top. I'm excited to hear the other 4 questions that are potential.
Me too.
Yeah, no, I'd say top 5, and it's probably 1.
What about he didn't? We were very surprised. Just me personally. I don't know about AJ. I don't know about AJ genuinely. But when he responded to what a private conversation that happened in 2013 alleged to, when he responded to that in that video, in that post, he didn't see also.
I'm a quarterback.
Yeah, I am not,
Focus on football.
So I do want, AJ has the look of a face of a man that knows.
Yeah, he does.
The look of a face of a man that knows.
He does.
In my heart of hearts, I don't think that's anywhere near a reality. He's the quarterback for the New York Jets. Okay, he has said he's going to be the quarterback for the New York. I think on Abe Bravo's show, which was behind a paywall, but no longer because this man wants to run my life.
Nice.
It's out there. I think he even talked about playing a few more years at the quarterback position. So, I think from what I know, and I don't know anything. This is real. I do not know in this situation. Don't want to know either. That's not. No. That is not my.
Yeah. Like to be in the dark here.
That is not my.
Oh, in the dark. Yeah, I remember that.
That was not supposed to be a pun. I didn't even.
I get you. I see what you're doing there.
Come on.
But he's going to be an incredible football player this year with all this shit, kind of stacking up. This is a normal offseason for him, physically and everything. Now, obviously, all these other stories, he's always have those around him. These ones that are a different level of what's taking place. But it's I feel like he's going to come back and play great football. And that's just what they're banking on. They're assuming the same exact thing.
Well, so you mentioned free agency and the billions of dollars that were spent. The most important thing I think that you could do in our business is follow the money, right? So, if you're wondering where a player is going to sign, generally they go to whoever gives them the most money, unless you're like Josh Uche or there's a couple. Josh Sweat actually probably could have made more money elsewhere, stays with the Eagles today. Couple examples, but mostly guys go take the money. Aaron Rodgers is due $38 million or something from the Jets. The vice president's salary is $240,000. That's a lot less. So I would just say for Rodgers to give up $37 million to go be a vice presidential candidate, and then I don't know what's going to happen in the election, but let's just say they don't win.
What?
I'm not saying, I don't know.
He can't
I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
Let's just say they don't win.
What?
That would seem to be an odd choice.
What's the gloom and doom all about?
Don't worry, Jets wouldn't have a quarterback ready anyways, just like last year.
They got Tyrod.
No.
They did something.
Oh, yeah, they got Tyrod.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Tyrod's the best. Tyrod's the best. What a great backup quarterback and a great guy.
We love Tyrod, yes.
No, I don't think he hates all of us talking about it because it would be easy to be like, this is dumb, no. But he hasn't said that. But, if he gave up $37 million to go be a third-party vice presidential candidate, I would say I would probably, I don't know, something would happen.
Get a haircut.
Would not be. Got to get it.
You change the way everything goes. That is a hilarious just storyline in the world.
That happened this week.
Just the fact that it's even, a storyline.
So someone, there's. I wish I could explain to people what happens this week for me and for Adam and Tom and Mike and all the other people who do this. Right? It's almost hard to have a regular human conversation.
We understand.
I almost can't explain it. Right? Because it's so intense and so many things are happening. Keeping track of it's really hard, right? And so when Leah or something will come and sit in my office in the chair and she'll try to chit chat with me, I'm like, I can't compute what you're saying. It does not work, right? Someone sent me the Rodgers as vice presidential candidate thing, and I literally looked like it seemed like it was from outer space. I'm like, is this the Onion? How could it be real? Like, this is not computing. Did my brain explode? Like, it was the perfect thing to happen right in the middle of free agency.
So it broke you. It broke you. That's the story. That's the one. How about the Royals? You got anything on the Royals?
Yeah.
I do have some things that so again, I have not seen my family very much this week. I walked up to see my wife.
Just saw Max. We're happy about that.
Yep. I saw Max. That was good to see. He's still alive. I went up and saw Leah, and she's having a conversation with her aunt about all the different conspiracy theories about Kate Middleton and the photo.
Show. Don't do that.
Oh, I'm not going to. But I'm just saying, a lot of conversation in my house about what really happened, and I've tried to examine the photographs. I don't understand where they were doctored. I'd like to know how AP killed the photo. Like, they just figured out that it wasn't really for hands.
It's not the only thing that killed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's what they're saying.
Whoa.
Whoever photoshopped that photo is hanging from Big Ben right now.
She says it was her, right? Didn't she say it was her?
She did.
Bailey, so you zoom in on her left. It's the kid's left hand wrist area, right? Right there.
I still have
right there. That
Look
whole
at
part.
She got on the wrist.
And then what?
Arm connects.
Oh.
What does this tell us? What does that tell us, though?
That it's fake.
And they
The whole thing is fake? All of it is?
What was supposed to be there?
Maybe her just disjointed.
We have no idea.
She was holding a book or something. They wanted to get it
I
out.
walked out there and Bailey McCombs is like, "Hey, where do you think your face
It's
is
that
from?"
big.
That was from a Vanity Fair photo shoot years ago.
Oh, no.
It's also a different face. It's the same face. They just copy pasted and put it on her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, is that what people are saying?
What's going on? What is happening?
Was the AP ever just said, nope, do no longer distribute this, please? It is fake. It's like,
I'd like to know how that happened. Like, they
you
had
know how
to be
much fake
100%
shit
sure.
gets sent out there every single day, and they're like, this one,
Oh, it's perfect.
this one we know,
Yep.
fake. It's like everything you guys putting out real. Okay. All right, I like that. I like to learn that here at this stage of life. That's good news.
I mean, there's a lot of people on Twitter and on the television and whatever else who think they're football experts because they watch football and read about it, right? And like coaches and players are will be like, oh, like you're an expert, you don't even play. I'm now an expert on the Royals because I watched The Crown. So I do feel like I'm uniquely.
Hey, she loved horses, didn't she? She loved horses.
A lot of horse talk in The Crown.
Yeah, a lot. I watched. It was tough for me to transition Queens.
Yeah,
sure.
That's the hardest part.
It was tough for me. As she grew older, I was like, yo, that's the queen. That's the one right there. And then the people around the queen, I'm not too sure of.
The servants or?
No. The guy who's a duke.
I've never seen The Crown. Oh, the Duke and Duchess.
Family?
Philip?
No, the guy that went to boarding. I mean, this guy. I learned a lot about this operation. He needed to be away from the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was not the right one for
He's
her.
not the guy.
That lady loved horses, loved her country.
Mm-hmm.
He was a little bit of a scumbag, they said.
Okay.
A little bit of a scumbag. That's what they said, not me. I'm just watching what they're putting out.
Yeah, don't kill us.
Please don't.
Please.
Watch it.
What the hell's happening with him, though? Get to the bottom of it, Ian. Tone's got a question for you.
Yeah, Ian, one of the greatest football players of all time, Aaron Donald, retired today. My question is around the money. I guess he was due $30 million today at 4 p.m. Did that have anything to do with the retirement? Did the team want to restructure that? Have you heard any news like that the money around this had anything to do with his retirement today?
Good question. I don't think so. Now, I would say he was due a $5 million roster bonus earlier in the week, I think, which I believe was paid, but I have to look in, it was slated to be paid, and we got past that, so I'd have to look and see, like, how there'll be some accounting things we'll have to figure out over the course of the next week to see, like, how the Rams did this money-wise, because sometimes what teams will do is they'll, like, redo a deal, spread the cap hit out, and then you kind of know a guy's retiring. Like, I think Malcolm Jenkins did this, and that's kind of how we knew he was retired. So something will happen with the money. But when Aaron Donald did this massive new contract to make him the highest paid defensive player in the NFL 2 years ago, the thought at the time was play 2 years and then retire. And so, like,
So he did it.
when I when I saw this morning, like he was kind of on my list of guys to check. I just never could figure out whether he was or wasn't. But it really brought me back to like, all right, this was kind of the plan. 2 more years, get to 33, retire as, a top 5 greatest defensive player in the history of the NFL, and then go be an action movie star, which I think he'll probably do next.
Yes.
Ooh. Was that a scoop?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we were kind of.
Did he tell you that?
Jake Glazer didn't tell us that. I mean, he probably knew, obviously, out there in Hollywood, but like he is, he's so jacked. He's so jacked.
He's very jacked. And like, that was when I thought he was going to retire 2 years ago. You remember this? He told the Rams he was going to retire. They ended up with a new contract. Right. I thought he was going to go be an action movie star. He would be amazing. He's good at basically everything. So, like, that makes sense.
Just like James Harrison.
I cannot believe that the NFL was just about to take over the action movie biz.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's amazing.
Well, yeah, Gronk's.
I was going to say,
6 years
Gronk
into
had
his lucrative.
Well, that was the thought. Instead, it's become pundit. He's a good pundit. He's on TV.
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis is currently acting. He's
dominating the straight to DVD bin.
Who is the?
Whoa. Wait till Russ Wilson gets in the game.
I cannot believe this.
What was that about?
Well, just let's not talk about dominating the fucking action genre when PC's still kicking. All right.
Well, I heard he's got revenge body coming.
What was the comment you
That's
made?
huge.
Straight to the
I said
DVD bin.
Yeah, he's dominating the straight to DVD bin. There's something wrong with that. We need guys to do that.
I don't even think that exists anymore.
It doesn't, unfortunately. Now it's the straight to the bottom of the Netflix shit heap bin.
I'll tell you what, Netflix probably going to be watched by somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. It's on Apple.
So many different services these days.
So many.
I'll just bounce into one if I can't find anything, and I'm like, I didn't know they had a documentary on aliens that visited America. I'll get 4 minutes through it, and I'm like, I'm not fucking wise. Why I haven't heard about this? All right, I'm out of here.
And then the top 10, you trust the top 10. You turn on the number 1 thing on the top 10. It fucking sucks.
Well, yeah, and then it's like, who's deciding what's the top 10?
Yeah,
everyone.
Did you guys watch Obliterated on Netflix?
No.
Did you watch that?
What's it about?
It was the number one. It was the number 1 show for a little while, like a couple months ago, and it was the top 3 worst show I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, it was so bad.
You're a food critic. We know that. He's been on the.
Yeah, I am a food critic.
The meat exploded in my mouth.
Yeah.
It was a delightful experience as I felt the juices float. That's basically what you said on Food Network.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't you know that?
Yeah, verbatim.
They cut out a lot of my better lines, but yeah.
Oh, you said, they're saving some on the cutting room floor that I think maybe make me. Are you a film critic as well? I did not know this. Are you a content critic?
What I'm really good at is telling if something's terrible. Like if something's really good, I don't think I would be able to tell you who's going to win the Oscar or whatever. Well, mostly because I don't watch any of those movies. I mostly just watch Netflix documentaries like you do. But if something's really terrible, I'm really good at being like, "Wow, this sucks." There you go. I mean, doesn't that look good?
No.
What's your favorite movie of all time, Ian?
In my life.
I mean, it looks terrible.
So everything you just told us was a lie.
Even heroes get hangovers.
That looks like shit.
I mean,
if you thought that was going to be good.
Is that Johnny Bananas?
I recognize everybody.
Rap. If you thought that was going to be good, you're an asshat.
I blame my wife for
Who's this guy? He's handsome. Who is? I don't know him. I don't think.
I know.
Is that
They're
Kenny
all
Pickett?
like.
Is that Kenny Pickett?
I don't know any of them.
I think it's Brad Pitt.
Is that Kenny Pickett? That would explain a lot.
They're all just like knockoff characters of other
I
characters.
was going to say we got fake Bill H. Macy slash Steve Buscemi. and then
Fake Brad Pitt.
right there.
Fake Ana de Armas.
Fake lady from Fast and Furious.
That too.
That looks like Dakota Kai from WWE.
Yep, it could be.
If she was in it, it'd be good.
Maybe it is. Does she have an accent?
Not in the show. No.
Well, yeah.
She could be acting.
Acting,
Acting. These are good actors.
Absolutely.
I feel bad. I hope no one from the show has watched. Although they must know.
I'm sure they don't care.
Yeah.
No chance.
Didn't get picked up for a season 2, I doubt. So.
Yeah.
Jig is
probably out.
It was only a 1-season thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they said going into it.
Okay.
I heard Kenny Pickett up at the top say that. All right. Any other news coming along that we need to look out for? Go to the big board. Let's go to the big board.
I would say the board's been great, by the way. I've erased so much on the board.
Good for you. That probably feels so good getting it off there.
So Hollywood Brown broke last night at like 10:45 or something like that.
Yeah, that was the first plane's delayed.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was after the first espresso martini.
Yeah, that was. We thought we were leaving shortly around that time.
And did not.
Well, we weren't able to because tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
So
safety first.
So we had to have a rap sheet night where we just get obliterated in a basement.
Yep.
That sounds really bad, and I would definitely not do that.
Yeah, you would never do that in every city that you go to every single time and call it work.
What?
Which is what we appreciate. Which is why we do appreciate what you do. Because I feel terrible right now. I don't know how you. Remember, I talked to him this morning. He goes, "You need this. You need this. You need to take this. Do you have the patch to put on your throat? You should have slept with that last night." That's literally what Rap did.
Is that a thing? I've never. What?
Rap, you basically rattled off like 40 things to me. Did you do this?
No one's ever told me about that one.
I don't know if that's real. I just made it up because that's what you sounded like talking to me this morning. I'm like, no.
I mean, Pedialyte actually is very helpful. I'm just saying.
Pedialyte's always been. Pedialyte's been.
What's the other good hydration thing?
Liquid IV.
Liquid IV.
Gator Light, also fire.
People are just getting IVs these days.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
I did that in Vegas. It was very weird.
What's My High? You said My High?
It's like liquid IV. It's what Flynn has.
Liquid IV.
Pour it in. Tastes good.
Hell yeah.
Rehydration.
Hey, those things had a run.
Oh yeah.
The dump into drink.
Oh yeah. Still play.
I think so. Easy steal of like health.
Yep.
Feeling.
You just got to remember it the night before. That is the most vital part of it.
And
it never happens.
We didn't know what we were saying.
Put it on the nightstand and be like, "Yeah, I'll see you at night." No.
Yeah. Okay, so Hollywood at 11 last night, 10:40.
Yeah. So anyway, Hollywood at 11, and the first thing my wife says is, "Do you want to go downstairs and erase it?" Because that's like a big joy. I know.
Made her go down and do it.
Speaks to me.
Yeah, go knock it out. Actually.
Yeah, you got it. Break time. My dogs are barking. You got it.
Running down the stairs.
I'm gonna time you. 10.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You can't do it in under 30 seconds, Ian.
Yes, I can.
So I would say on the big board, you still get a couple big free agents.
Yeah.
You got Tyron Smith that's still out there.
Can we pan?
Come on.
Pan over?
Chase Young who's still out there. Still out there.
Can we see it?
Where's Justin Simmons going, Ian?
Can't see it. Justin Simmons is another one who, probably top of the safety. I mean, he's like all-time great, top of the safeties available. Safety market was so tough this year, man. Like, there's like safety market, tackle market, both like really, really challenging. Whereas like backup quarterback market went crazy.
Yeah.
It's just free agency happens. Like it's straight. Guard market went bananas.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Carolina, right? They did too.
Well, but the Rams did Kevin Dotson for $16 million, and they traded for him last year for like a 6th-rounder.
How much?
$16 million. A year.
For the
a year.
big guys, dude.
Yeah. Love
for the big guys.
A lot of D linemen too.
Yeah,
up
so
front.
Steelers
Obviously,
gave up
Wilkins
on
was
him.
like the biggest deal.
Wilkins' deal was people will always ask, like, where do you see Christian Wilkins making? And I'm like,
Colts.
Let's see, he was on the franchise. I was like, 23 million. Like, no, not 23 million, 27.5 million.
Who's his agent?
David Mulugeta.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, also Tom Telesco's track record. Bosa, Mac.
He pays him.
He's paying D-line.
Yeah, he pays dudes.
Hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And also, Wilkins, perfect Raider.
Perfect.
I mean,
him and Max Crosby on the same fucking deal. That happened this week.
Yeah, it did.
I'm just being reminded of that right now. Menaces.
Oh yeah, they got a top pick too. They can add to that D line if they want.
The amount.
And they got Tyree Wilson from last year. If he can develop another top 10 edge rusher, like
the amount of mental warfare coming from that D line to the offensive line, like legit. Like
that's talking.
That's like a tone setter for the entire week. Like the offensive line, like, hey, this is what you're signing up for. This is what this week. This is who we're playing. It's like the perfect addition to the Raider way. It just feels like. All right, well, Ian, have a fantastic weekend. Maybe say hello to your kids.
Whoa.
I will try to do that.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
Whoa. Josina Anderson, who is plugged and has been plugged around the NFL for a long time, connected, says, breaking, I'm told the Eagles are working to trade for quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
Rap, I saw you go down to your phone in a quick manner. We got to really showcase that beautiful haircut you have.
That is true.
That's true.
That is true.
Wow. Holy shit.
Steelers are sending quarterback Kenny Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles in a pick swap, sources tell Adam Schefter of ESPN. Once Pittsburgh signed Russell Wilson, Pickett preferred to move on. So, nah.
What did Max Jones get? 6. Is it a 6?
For Mac?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do we think? There was an exchange for Kenny Pickett.
What did you say? What do I think it was? Probably a second, if I had to take a guess.
Oh, okay. A second rounder.
A second rounder. Or maybe a wide receiver. Maybe Devonta Smith, if I had to take a guess. Something like that.
Oh, okay. That's what you think. Maybe Jake Elliott. They just signed him to a $24 million deal.
No, Boz is great. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't trade Boz for Ian.
Rap, what was the trade for?
I'm not sure yet.
How's this? Okay, in real time, we're watching this. Okay. So now, first layer of news was boom, Kenny Pickett and traded.
I would say this.
And then the swaps end up coming afterwards from all of you people. You people.
Yeah.
Normally there's a quote tweet.
Ian is gobsmacked right now.
Yeah,
Truly.
Get it? Oh,
No. I mean,
Ian.
Truly gone.
It's our fault, probably.
Fine, guys.
No. I mean, it happens. There's a million moves in free agency. This happens. It's okay.
This is the biggest one, though.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
Is it?
Keystone State.
They're saying it is.
Man.
Wow. Nick
All right.
Sirianni and Kenny Pickett.
He's a Jersey
I'm
kid.
going to get to work.
So, he probably loves
you guys.
it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapoport. Figure it out, Ian.
Boy, rap.
All right. Thank you.
You know what happened?
He's upset.
You know what happened? Russ is in the building today. They just he blew the doors off of everyone in the building today, and they said, we have no reason to even have Kenny around at all.
He wants to play 7 more years.
There are photos now being put on the internet of Kenny Pickett wearing Philadelphia Eagles jerseys in high school.
Yeah, he's a Jersey kid.
Jersey guy.
Wow.
Back home.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
Same exact thing as Mac.
I'm a New Jersey kid. You want me to hang with Russell Wilson? I don't know if me and Russell Wilson are supposed to hang out. Okay. We're a little different.
Turns out he was afraid of a little bit of competition.
Whoa. That was quick.
He was never a Steeler.
Wow.
Whoa, Gumps.
What the hell?
What is...
No. Russ said today at his introductory press conference that he texted Kenny immediately. He said, I'm excited to compete with you every single day. And apparently Kenny didn't want that.
Kenny's like, this fucking guy.
I can't take it. Not even a hello.
Yeah.
Not even a hello from this guy.
Guess what? We have one quarterback on the roster, and right now it's that guy right there, and that's all we need.
Did you see his
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long of the low. Kenny didn't want to hear that shit ever.
No, nope.
Did you hear his sign off that he's going to be doing? I think after every single interview.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
No, what is it?
He says it in there.
All right, let's run it.
What's up, Steeler Nation? Just signed, baby. Fired up to wear the black and gold. Here we go.
Yep.
Boom. Here we go.
Hashtag here we go.
That's it?
He'll get the cadence a little bit.
Yep.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Car Power.
Yep.
Has no Wi-Fi.
Here we go.
He's on the show, but we can't hear his line.
Here we go.
And then you got Tomlin's birthday and another year with Russell Wilson Super Bowl cakes. Here we go. Yeah, that's been kind of the Steelers mantra.
They asked Russ today, what have you learned your one day walking around the city or whatever, and he said this town is about hard work, and that's all that matters.
You can feel it.
He got it.
I saw him get his hair cut from a Pittsburgh barber.
Yep.
He was shouting out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he got a Pittsburgh fade. And that's a good fade.
He was in the weight room this morning with Cam and TJ, so.
And as soon as they walked in, he goes, "What's up, boys? Good to see you. Let's ride. Here we go." And then he get to
And then Cam and TJ are like, Jesus.
Happy birthday, Coach Tomlin.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday, Coach. Great.
Omar Khan over there on the left, he said, "Yep, we did the Kenny Pickett thing, then we did the Mason Rudolph thing, then we have a guy for 1.2 million thing."
Look at that birthday fit.
Yeah,
Omar.
Tomlin's got the white nobles
Tell you what,
that I have.
Omar
those are Jace.
Yeah, those are Jace.
Those are not noble.
That's on me.
Omar has cleaned out all of the past GMs guys. I don't know if any of them are still there.
Colbert?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
TJ and Cam are still there, obviously, but other than that, huh? Oh, I thought you said something.
Who? Gumpy said.
No, I thought
Gumpy
Nick
said
said
that Kenny Pickett was never a Steeler.
Caboli's got to be so mad. They could have kept Mason Rudolph all along.
Steelers get number 98 and 2025 seventh round picks.
And 120.
Eagles get Kenny Pickett and number 120.
okay.
So 98 and 120 are pretty much.
No, we move up 22 spots.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I know.
that is the mathematical difference, and we're a big Pi Day program.
Shout out Pi.
Yesterday was the Pi Day. 3.16745.
So do they sign like Jimmy G as a backup now, or what?
Well,
That'd be
it's
tasty.
Jimmy
Suspended.
G and Rust in the same
2 games,
room.
right?
Yeah, 2 games.
Could you imagine one slinging it, one's praying for it?
Yep.
I mean,
That'd be sick.
Here we go.
Steelers. Here we go. Danger Witch Garoppolo in the same room.
Here we go.
Would you fathom? That'd be great. So you got to get a backup. Probably a young guy?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Get a young guy, let him follow Russell's leadership.
Smart.
And I saw Russell say he wanted to play 5-6 years.
Yeah. Long time.
That was a long time. He's going to be a Steeler. That's a full career as a Steeler.
Absolutely.
And it's going to work out.
Yep.
How old is he?
Put that picture
What is
of Omar and Coach Tomlin back up.
34?
30, yeah. Sorry about that.
5?
Can you put that photo back up? When's this photo from?
Today.
That's from today.
His presser.
Look at Omar's face. Does that look like a guy who knows Russell Wilson's about to fucking cook?
Yeah, it does.
I think so. Coach Tomlin, watching Patrick Queen deliver his message who's a new Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yep.
We got it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
That's what Coach Tomlin said. We're doing it.
Hell yeah.
Russell Wilson on one side,
You're back,
Patrick Queen on the other.
bud.
Oh. Here we go. All right, I'm happy. You happy about this? or
I'm
not?
great. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
A little bit too joyful, don't you think?
Yeah, a little too
This guy
happy.
did a lot for you.
Listen,
Turn on Kenny very fast.
the internet has basically been.
This guy was a first-round draft pick.
They're teammates.
Listen, I have gone to bat.
Softball.
I have gone to bat for 2 years, and the internet's just taken razor scooters to my shins for the last 2 years.
So
I'm kind of happy I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah,
I do love Kenny, though.
Hey, if he didn't want to be here,
I mean,
it is
we
what
knew
it is.
We want volunteers, not hostages. Okay?
Yep.
Amen.
Pittsburgh's about hard work.
Bingo.
I mean, that's a great photo.
Gumpy, what is this?
That is
What are you?
beautiful.
Why are you so active in this conversation?
Just want to see the Steelers do well, and if there's guys there that don't want to be there, it's not going to help Russ.
I'll say this. I didn't see Kenny wear his jersey outside of the facility one time.
Was he not proud?
Bingo. Because that's what we like.
Now, to be clear, I haven't seen anybody really but Russell Wilson, aside from like a commercial shoot, ever wear their jersey outside of the facility.
Seven used to get a couple extra jerseys that were 3 sizes too big and wear them like as a nightgown.
I think he was on WWE Raw too.
Dude, he controlled the mic.
He was wearing
The
one.
entire O-line got down in a 3-point stance and said, "Hey, Big Show, good luck.
Suck it, bitch."
But he's the only one that's doing that. He's only, and that thing trying to get through Squirrel Hill Tunnel.
Good luck.
Good luck. I mean, geez.
Shout out
On those curvy
shout out
roads?
the new jerseys with the yellow numbers too.
Dude, we were driving back in Plum. We're driving. Yeah, it's great jersey right there. We were great work. AIZ. We were back in Plum.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
You forget these roads
Nuts.
are just straight up, and then like we're doing a full U-turn to do another U-turn because the original trucks that were trying to lay the road couldn't make it up how fucking steep the hill is, so they got to kind of cut it like a plane that's flying. It was wild.
You talking about the orange belt?
The orange belt. There's a lot of those belts. There's a blue belt. There's a lot of those things.
Did Zito discover the orange belt?
No, black belt is obviously the. You're talking about belts, I think, in mixed martial art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the belts are like a system of roads that lead you somewhere. You can take like the orange belt to a place.
Like the outer belt? Like, what do you mean? You call them belts?
No, it's just a sign. It'll say orange belt. So it's
Like a train.
So like maybe you'll take like the Parkway, then you'll take it like to you'll go like it was like you just follow the route. It's basically like on the side of the road, pretty much telling you like this is going this way. Like it's its own like for drivers, truckers. Things
Follow
like
this,
that.
you'll get to the highway pretty much.
Yeah.
Smart.
A lot of them. There's a lot of different ones. It is pretty smart, but now everybody got phone.
Yep.
I also I've noticed this weird thing whenever I take my cars back to Pittsburgh. Like going down the hills, these cars they're not used to it. They struggle downshifting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're used to,
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah, they're used to the flat roads out here. They're not used to, which never happens.
How do cars survive in Pittsburgh?
Good question.
Like I was driving that thing yesterday, and I'm going up that hill. Okay, speed limit's 45.
Yeah.
What?
That's dangerous.
This thing ain't making it to 45. We are in an SUV. What are we even talking about? So I'm like redlining this thing, and it's like you hear the engine. It's like how did any cars survive in Pittsburgh?
I don't understand what you guys do when it snows. Because, like, in Michigan, you get a lot of snow, but they plow it. It's flat lands. It's easy. Like, you guys are going straight up mountains.
Yeah, our streets are like this, AJ, in Plum.
They got to plow them pretty quick, right? And get some good salt on there?
No, that's good show, baby. I was down at the bottom of a couple hills. My house, my street, down bottom hill. All the hills.
Okay.
So you get a good snowstorm. You see some fucking jagoff driving down the road flat. He thinks he's going to make it. Okay, good luck. Toyota, Camry. And then we're coming right back down. And it was like, it came to a fork where it goes uphill, 2 different streets. You got Mardi Gras going this way. You got Hialeah going this way. So these people would just end up back in the same. It was like a soup. It was like a soup car. It was awesome. So no, I don't think that the plows were anywhere near like efficient. Just from my personal watching.
That's why we get super pumped when it snows out here, Foxy, because it's just like a playground.
Yeah,
fun,
easy to drive. A lot easier to drive out here. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Lucky to be from there.
Shout out.
It was cool to go back last night. That was a really cool thing. Did not expect having as long of a night.
No.
As we had, and then tornadoes happened. So,
But glad we did it.
Look, hindsight.
Wicked fun.
We got through the show.
Yeah. Boom. We did it.
We apologize for mailing it in today. I should not be awake right now.
No.
I don't think we mailed it in.
We did. The show sucked today. We did. We be doing the news.
We did do the news. Yeah.
Doing the news.
Couple times.
Doing the news.
Doing the news.
Doing the news.
Doing the news.
With He did do that. That's the one. That's the one that wins.
I mean, we got to all the news pretty much, except for that the Red Wings are dead. But
Oh, the Detroit Red
Yeah, we
Wings
can
stink.
skip that.
I saw a priority trash truck drive by this morning while I was walking.
Yeah.
Legit. First time I saw the trash truck. Zito, isn't it the first thing I said?
Oh, yeah.
I literally turned around. I saw this garbage truck, and it had priority right outside. I'm like, oh, there's the Red Wings tarp. There it is right here. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it either. I didn't know it actually existed.
Right out here. It was like orange, I think. It was like an orange garbage truck.
They suck so bad. They just lost to the Coyotes at home.
At home.
7 in a row.
The Coyotes don't even have a washing machine.
Was it a close game at
seriously.
least?
No,
Didn't they lose
it
to them
wasn't.
last week too?
Yeah, they lost to him last week too. They lost
it's
to
a sweep.
Sabres.
Oh, no.
Team sucks.
They're cursed. They can't do anything about it. It's not the players' fault.
And guess who's on the comeback?
Who?
The Pittsburgh Penguins. Did you hear about last night?
No.
Let me tell you. The Pens won. Jaromir Jagr, his bobbleheads, they were stolen. What Jaromir Jagr say? I'll go fucking find them. That's where he's at right now. He's currently on the road trying to find these bobbleheads.
I don't know. I was talking to a lot of people in Plum, and they said, we're pretty bummed out because the Pens are actually turning into the old Red Wings, and we're going to stink for the next 10,
People did say
12,
that.
15, 20 years.
Yeah, but you're talking to a bunch of Yins or Jagoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, you got not a lot of hope.
I mean,
No one has hope in Pittsburgh ever. You guys could be 11-0, and there's
We
no
were at a
hope.
we're all Mustangs here fund.
so much
There
hope.
was a lot of hope.
There was mana there. There was some mana there.
There was a lot of mana.
Yeah.
A lot of hope.
But you are right. The way the teams are talked about sometimes is in a little bit of a negative fashion.
Always.
yeah, we all grew up with the black lung.
Sorry if we're a little negative sometimes.
Stop with the wheeze.
What?
Jerry Dulac is reporting that they are sending Kenny out of town because he's not handling the Russ Wilson thing well, and he didn't handle the Mason thing at the end of last season well. So if you don't want to be here, you get out.
So you remember he did give a couple answers about like, did you learn anything from the timeout watching Mason Rudolph? He said, no, nothing. Thanks. Next question. It's like, oh shit. That guy's got a little sauce. That guy's a little spicy. Well, he would view it as I was never really given an opportunity to be an NFL quarterback. I had Matt Canada as my offense coordinator.
Yep.
Very true.
And then when I had an opportunity with a new offense coordinator, I played well, then I get hurt. Then Mason Rudolph comes in and he just lights it up, and I'm like the forgotten guy. I think he was probably pretty eager to potentially showcase that if he was given the same situation with a new offense coordinator with these weapons, how it would look and what it would be. You remember preseason, I was slinging all over the place. I didn't know football to call in place. So that is probably where Kenny Pickett's anger and frustration lies. And with the Pittsburgh Steelers, whenever you get a guy for $1.2 million, it's like, all right, we're keeping our options open.
And we do feel bad about that. We do feel bad he didn't get a legitimate shot without Matt Canada. But
that sounded sincere.
We do. Everyone hated Matt Canada. No one wanted to see it go down like this, but this is where we're at. Changes had to be made.
Now we take one of those sevenths and give it to Chicago for Justin Fields, and we got ourselves a quarterback competition.
Okay. All right, Justin Fields is the backup now. Are you guys paying him the 5th year or picking up a contract?
No, because we're only giving up a 7th. We don't care if we don't pick up the
and Justin Fields and Mulgaz are going to be, yeah, you're right, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
All right, so we're bringing in Tannehill then. He's reunited with Artie Smith. He could be a backup.
Ooh,
That's not a bad
didn't
idea.
like that.
There you go.
Tannehill and Russ feel like that could be a good little
Maybe we bring back the Pastronaut.
Oh, yeah, bring him back. Bring him home.
Okay.
Snoop Huntley's still out there too.
He Pro Bowler a couple years
Yep.
ago.
Yeah.
CJ Beathard. Bring him back.
Speaking of that, we're going to be in Iowa next week.
Hell yeah.
1 week from today, we're all going to feel much better.
Hell yeah. So much better.
I'm talking for me mostly. And Connor. And Zito. And Evan Fox. Nick didn't go back home because he's a hero husband.
That a baby, Nick.
You're a good man, Nick.
Thank you.
Diggs didn't go because he didn't want to.
I don't know if that's...
I'm joking.
We had a big night last night. We got a babysitter for the first time.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
That was
I am happy.
real nice.
I'm pumped to hear that. That's Cole Myers Memorial. He's taking selfies with and putting his community market bag down on it.
It's my favorite.
You guys went to community market?
It was right. We drove by it. We drove by it. We came in.
Oh, that's your...
We landed up in Butler instead of downtown, so we came in like literally through farm pasture.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been up. I don't think I've
It's
driven.
like the sticks of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like the way we came in through,
down from Butler.
but through on the turnpike, so through Oakmont and everything. We went through there. It was interesting. I haven't seen a lot of those places in a long time.
Oakmont Bridge is beautiful now.
Yeah, crossover
Oakmont
top.
Bakery is beautiful there. Did you guys pay tribute to Nate Hartong's statue in Butler
Yes,
while you were there?
we did talk about Nate Hartong, actually.
We definitely did.
Yes, we did. Okay, I was right. Okay. I said, I think this is Hartong
He has a
land.
statue?
He should. If he doesn't, he should.
It's bigger than those buffaloes.
Saw some horses running.
We went to Rudy's Subs too, of course.
Naturally.
We went all the other side.
We went directly to Rudy's. Yeah, poor planning. But we went directly to Rudy's Subs. Great subs.
Oh yeah.
And we
So
got
good.
fucking nuked.
What's that?
And it was awesome. So then we just got fucking nuked
Afterwards.
after.
Yeah, we did not.
It was awesome.
That was not expected.
No, at all.
That was
That'll
not,
happen. That'll happen sometime.
That was not a plan at all. I'm learning though, like that's potentially going to happen every time I go back to Pittsburgh.
Well, during the tornadoes were real. While you guys were even up there, like I was looking at the Doppler, like fuck, this is going to be a problem for sure. And
We were going to be adults though. I would like to, for our own self-conscience, we were going to be adults. Handle business, chit-chat with people, thank people who have worked incredibly hard, tell people let's go, maybe do the whole thing. Then we're going to have a little meet afterwards, celebrate. Hey, we're doing good stuff with this. This is fun. You guys are working your asses off. Eddie, Keith, Phil, let's go. This is cool. And then we're flying back home. We got a job to do on Friday. We got Feel Good Friday.
That's right. You said 10:30.
Yep.
10:30.
For the pilots.
That's what I told the pilots we're going to take off, by the way. So.
By the way, I heard
time do you end up?
next meeting we're retiring Joe Hadley's jersey.
Yeah.
And mine.
Oh.
Your jersey has been retired, yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a jersey that doesn't exist.
Well, I think some people would disagree, especially after last night.
You did have a hell of a night as a Mustang last night.
It was
in
an
the
honor.
rafters.
Yeah.
Yep.
You crushed it. Connor was really a fan favorite last night.
It was very fun. That's good to hear. 'cause you
At
never
one
know.
point, he had a speaker, much like he does here, over his head. Okay. Small room.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of people. Overhead.
Real loud.
Yeah. One of these. In
Is this in the basement?
Yeah, Mr. Donenberg's basement. Yeah. Teacher.
Our gym teacher.
Is he teaching today? Is he at school
I
teaching?
thought you had the other gym.
So he called out of work. He called out of work today.
Good. Smart.
From what I've heard, everybody else seemingly that was there called out of work.
Sure.
Didn't think Connor was going to make it to work.
I woke up in a panic.
I'm assuming Joey Hundo watched a window or two today, though.
Oh, yeah.
He put on a performance last night. Joe Hadley.
Yeah.
Great to see him.
Got Foxy with the watch.
Like 8 times.
The watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to give it away because if you ever see him,
Oh, I know what it is. I know what he said. Here's check out my wristwatch. He put his hand. Where was his hand?
What are you talking about? What is that? We do the Pittsburgh one,
Ty-
not the Ohio
Ty
one.
likes to make jokes about that sometimes.
What?
You talking about?
No,
it goes in line with the bubblegum joke that people do.
No, he wasn't putting his baby maker around his wrist saying, "This is my watch." He wasn't doing that.
That'd be hilarious.
Okay.
That would be funny.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know. I don't know. I wasn't there.
No, he goes like this. Hey, look at my new watch. And you go, oh, that's nice. He's got no watch, obviously. And then he just hits his hand as hard as he can into your sternum. He goes, hey, look at my new watch. And you go, whoa, really? And you kind of, you expose yourself and then bang.
He's a bully.
And he's so big, so it hurts.
Yeah.
I laugh every time he does it to somebody. I enjoy that guy so much. Just like drop him into a situation. It's like, all right, let's see how this fucking meathead handles this whole thing. With grace. Can shred a guitar. How was there no guitar in that basement last night?
That's on gym teacher.
Damn.
You gotta have a conversation with him.
Oh my God. That was the only thing.
That was the only miss.
It's the only thing they didn't have.
You know what else? Nick's dad didn't show up, did he?
Wow. I assume he was pouring concrete.
Yeah, you're right. He was busy. Is that what was going on with Big Frank? You think he was pouring concrete middle of the night with the Shooty family?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there either.
Coach, come back.
Okay. All right. We had fun, Nick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you missed a great time, my brother.
Nick, could you imagine it if you were stuck in that basement with us and how we were acting at that time because what it inevitably came because we
man.
and then you get a call from your wife as she's going into labor?
No, you're a good guy. You saved me from myself. That would have been a bad situation.
Yeah, I said, let's talk about this, Nick. Okay, first of all, I would like us to continue to be friends and your wife not, you know, and also allowed to work here and everything. If you're in Plum when she gives birth,
not good.
Boy, drinking espresso martinis.
Oh, in Mr. Nordenberg's basement.
In Mr. Nordenberg's basement. Yeah.
She's going to fucking murder you.
Well, I wouldn't have blamed you. I would have blamed Ricky Stenicki. I just watched that movie. It's exactly what happens in the very beginning. Guy misses the birth of his child.
Dude.
Beginning of the movie.
What movie?
Yeah, beginning.
The hell is that movie?
Ricky Stenicki, John Cena's in it. He sings songs.
Oh, dude, Cena and
He's
fucking
Ricky
Efron.
Stenicki.
Oh, that looked funny. Was it funny?
What's it on?
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Number
I'm
one
gonna watch
movie.
it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Ricky Stenicki?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it. He's naked in that movie?
Don't think so.
So that wasn't in character, him being nude.
A lot of like cross-dressing and costumes.
Crude jokes.
Really?
Crude.
Crude jokes?
Very crude humor at times.
Crass.
Crude?
Little thermal in there.
The humor's a little crude for my liking, but, you know, yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff. A lot of hopage.
It's great to have him here all the time.
Yeah, it really
It is nice to have him on the horn.
It's so good, man.
We should call him. We should call him because some things have happened.
You did text me yesterday or whenever you tried to call me. She said, I've missed 2 of Patch FaceTimes. Is everything okay?
Have he and Bruce figured things out?
He
together?
punched Bruce right in the face.
No, and Bruce got punched in the face today by Dan Orlovsky, so that's going to be tough. Bruce is on the ropes right now. Bruce is getting battle tested right now.
Yeah, I should have looked a little deeper.
Yep.
Across.
It was a bold
He's
move.
fading. He's fading.
Just comes into the microphone, says, I got something that's fucking wrong.
Even Dan said, "Who is that?"
Yeah. What was that guy?
I'm here. I'm literally at the games. Bruce, but you're the best, Bruce.
Atta baby, Bruce.
Hey, keep swinging that bat. Keep swinging that bat, Bruce.
I will.
Thank you. We know. And we appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Joining us now is a man who has all the information about everything happening everywhere. Maybe he has the inside insight, which works on the royal family.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the authority, Pete Thamel.
Yeah, Pete.
Pete, we'll save the Royals for last. Okay? And I'm expecting something. None of these other insiders know shit. Okay, so you're the only one that we have any hope in to potentially give us any direction here. Big thing just happened in basketball. Do you cover college basketball?
I do, Pat. Yes.
Okay, we knew that.
Yep.
We knew that.
Yep.
We all knew that.
Yep.
Juwan Howard, head coach of Michigan, fired. Is this expected? This was kind of, what is this? What is writing on the wall? What's going on?
So this was expected, Pat, but still is jarring because of who Juwan Howard is at Michigan, right? I mean, he's one of the Fab Five. It'd be like if Ohio State fired A.J. Hawk, right? Like, it's just like he's such a part of that school's history. And when you bring back sort of one of those romantic periods of your history and install the guy as the head coach, it makes the separation that much more difficult. Now, they were the worst team in the Big Ten this year. He had a flurry of off-court incidents, which had sort of put him in the crosshairs even more than the losing record. It was quite a ride for him there. I mean, in 2021, they were a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Juwan Howard's getting calls from all around the NBA. I mean, he was one of the hottest names in all of basketball. And as some staff fractured off and such, things just sort of fizzled there. And then it just like they were like Ohio State fired their coach, and they were a couple games above 500 6 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, right? I mean, Michigan was dead last with a bullet. They were in the Big Ten tournament for about 10 minutes this week. So their hand was forced a little bit because of the combination of losing. And remember, he had a confrontation with Greg Gard, the Wisconsin coach.
Shot him in the mouth.
I believe there was a yes, exactly. And there was the Athletic had a big story this morning about the strength coach who had separated, and that had brought some outside scrutiny into the program. So it felt like it had to happen, but the moment when it happened, when like the email popped up today, it was like, whoa, like Michigan fired Juwan Howard. There was something sort of visceral about that.
Did you break that? I don't know. Do you break everything?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
But you are active in college basketball as you are in college football. Like whenever we see you on Fridays at these game day things, and you're just literally just 1 minute while your AirPods go, shoes coolly untied.
Yep.
Coolly untied, but very, very nice. Is that the same for college basketball? You just transition right into college basketball during the season?
I would say that the last 6 weeks of the basketball season, I really focus on, and I probably do more, Pat, of the transaction type stuff of just the who's coming and who's going. Like there's openings now, obviously at West Virginia, Washington, Ohio State, Michigan. So that's where I spend most of my time. But I'll go to the Final Four. The East Region's in Boston, where I live this year, so I'm excited for that. So I would say I now moonlight as a college basketball reporter. But early in my career, I probably split 50-50 between the two, but the world's kind of changed now, and it's probably more like 90-10. But it's fun, man. Nothing like yesterday was a great day of college basketball. There's nothing like this time of year when the games really matter. It's a blast. It's a fun sport to be around.
Well, I'm happy to hear it because the authority on college football obviously needs full focus and attention, and we're lucky for you and your services to college football and game day. I heard somebody in the back already just say, the Michigan man that bumped into you, say, oh, are you happy that, one of these coaches got fired at Michigan? Isn't that what they were saying in the back there? Yeah, Pete, how happy were you that at Michigan? Because remember, you hate Michigan. Remember that, Pete?
Oh, I forgot about that. Maybe Ty will remember. I don't know if
Ty Pete, do you hate? Are you okay with the University of Michigan? Is that a good?
Fine with the University of Michigan, obviously. If you want to cry over spilled milk with Juwan Howard getting fired, maybe look at yourself because he's a shitty basketball coach. Okay, I understand that he took them to a Final Four and was part of the Fab Five and a great era of Michigan basketball, but they fucking sucked ever since he got the job, and then he's smacking coaches in the faces when he should be giving handshakes. So let's go big game hunting, if you will, and find a good basketball coach.
Big game hunting,
if you will.
Well, Ty, you may be interested to see that there could be an intersection of Michigan and Ohio State, the favorite rivalry. The hottest name on the coaching carousel right now is Dusty May. He obviously led Florida Atlantic to the Final Four last year. He's been an assistant coach in the Big Ten footprint. His name's emerged at Louisville, which obviously is a high-profile opening. Obviously, he's been in the thicket at Ohio State, especially with the extension that South Carolina gave to Lamont Paris this week. So it will be interesting to see if Michigan inserts itself into that sweepstakes. The other dynamic here I think that's really interesting, Pat, is, and we've seen it with the college football playoff news that's been codified today, is the Big Ten and the SEC are just really far ahead of everybody else financially. And that is only going to be amplified. It was in TV contracts, and now they're going to basically get 4X annually what they were getting from the CFP, a payment of mid-5 millions to the Big Ten and SEC getting more than $20 million a year for each school in the league. So are we going to see a point where Big 12 coaches, high-end Big 12 coaches like Baylor Scott Drew, want to get to the other side of the river? We've started to see that obviously in college football. So I just think that's an interesting dynamic that's unfolding in real time. Could a place like Michigan go money whip a big-time coach from the Big 12 or the ACC as we start to see the world splinter?
Okay, let's move away from college basketball, Pete. I know it's hot right now, but I do have a question about kind of something that's going on in the college football realm. Trev Alberts, former AD at Nebraska, who's actually from my backyard, moving to Texas A&M to be their new AD. Now, do you see this? Everyone's talking about Nebraska right now. Matt Rule's going to turn this program around. They got Dominic Rail or whatever the hell, Dylan Rail or whatever the hell his name is. But do you see this move potentially being a harbinger?
What's his name? Dominic?
I think his uncle's name's Dominic.
Dominic's his uncle,
name
the
is
Lion.
Dylan. Yeah, sure. But do you potentially see this as, I don't know, a harbinger of doom for Nebraska? That their AD, when all these good things are happening, he's basically saying, I want to get the fuck out of Nebraska. I want to go to Texas A&M where all the big money's at. And it's just going to be happening more and more, as the CFP kind of realigns and reintegrates what its own fabric is.
So it's a good question. I think the same visceral reaction that you have when someone like Juwan Howard gets fired at Michigan is like, Trev Alberts is Nebraska, right? Like, he starred there, he played there. He was the AD at Nebraska Omaha for a number of years until he took over at Nebraska in 2021. It's just hard to think of Trev Alberts through any other prism than Nebraska, right? He was on TV all those years. It was, he was representing Nebraska when he was with Reese Davis and Mark May on all those late night shows. So I don't think this necessarily speaks to conference lines. I think it's an indictment a little bit of where Nebraska's leadership is right now. Their president went to Ohio State, Ted Carter, within the last year, and it's been a bit of a muddled mess there. And ADs have to stay aligned with their presidents, and so I think the uncertainty of where things were going at Nebraska was a big reason why Trev Alberts left. And look, Texas A&M is one of those vexing mysteries in all of college football. They've just never been able to get it right there, in the last generation. They haven't won a league title since, I think, the Big 12 in 1998 when R.C. Slocum was a coach. And considering their location, the resources, the recruiting base,
of course,
it is sort of one of the last sort of unfulfilled places that's not lived up to its promise considering its location. So I think there's a challenge for Trev Alberts in that, but they've also chewed up a lot of leadership and spit them out. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he and Mike Elko lock arms. Pat, there's a pretty good chance with College Game Day we may see this up close.
I hope so.
Week one of the season, they host Notre Dame. I don't know anything. Obviously, nobody tells me anything, but that's going to be an exciting college football game.
Isn't the thing that everybody tells you everything? Isn't that kind of your thing?
I mean, not allegedly, yeah. But I mean, no one.
That's one of the vexing mysteries of the entirety of the
true.
sitch.
Yep.
When you do that,
Mm-hmm.
You're the best, Pete. We need to have you on next week because I heard the college football playoff is already getting expanded more. All right, I heard that's already happening. It's going from 12 to 14, I guess. Already, they're scheduling that for 2026. Nice. So we haven't even had it yet.
Yep.
We have no idea if this is perfect or if this is not good. And you're like, you know what?
We got to add to it.
We're fucking already making it bigger.
Yep.
We'll talk to you about that next week as there's more clarity and also as there's less hangovers on microphones.
Amen.
Yep. We appreciate the hell out of you, Pete.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Dahn. Thank you. Yeah, I think they're rolling that up, the 12 to 14 already.
So just like the NFL.
I saw something about it. I didn't. Yeah, so starting next year.
26, I think. I think it's 26 is the number I saw.
Where are we going to end it? Where does it end?
Well, this hasn't even started, and it already changed.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, at what point did they? I assume with the conference realignment and what and who and what they initially agreed to versus what it ended up becoming for who's where and who gets a guaranteed spot and everything like that. I assume that Big Ten and the SEC people are the big drivers behind this. Like, well, if that's the case, we need at least our top four on each, or top three. We need to be able to do this in this entire thing. College football report, shout out to CFB rep. News, the 14-team playoff format is expected to be formalized in the next 24 hours per Pete Thamma. The 14-team playoff is expected to start in 2026. Yeah. So I've been trying to follow along with all of it. Everything's changed. I mean, player, who knows? Where's, I forgot Elko was down there.
Yeah.
Until he said his name, and I'm like, damn, that guy's, he's got a brain the size of Texas.
Big head.
Yeah. I like the way he goes about doing his shit.
Old school.
He's like super smart.
Yeah.
He's like, isn't he Ivy League guy, right?
Yeah, I think he went to Penn as well.
Right?
Yeah. Super smart football guy. Those are the type of guys that, start dancing with.
Yeah.
This ball goes in, AJ Hawk's giving 20 people $500. Nope. Kenny Pickett got traded today, just like that ball. Sent to the trash. Kenny Pickett, though, and Jalen Hurts similar.
Yeah.
Same style.
Sure.
That like you're right. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Are you being sarcastic?
What?
Kenny did run a 4.22.
I did.
Yep. Seen it.
Did he?
Well, that's like the AR and Flacco thing. Like they're similar.
Watch your mouth.
I just.
What was that?
Watch your mouth.
But it didn't matter because Gardner came in and he's a Pro Bowler.
You just need to watch your mouth. Let's get to a break. We'll be back Monday. Okay. Joey Flacco is going to help lead the Colts to a Super Bowl with his leadership for Anthony Richardson.
When he's the GM in 25 years.
This year.
Okay.
Wherever Flacco lives, I want to live next to him.
Might be able to.
I want to be his best friend.
These people need to stop watching this show. There's 50,000 people watching. It's the weekend. Go do something. Turn this off. Actually, you know what? We'll do it for you. This bunny is going.
Good fake.
See that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I had better feet that time. Bad hands.
Ooh.
Dan Orlovsky said you got to time it all up.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the rhythm of your feet. Soft feet.
Yeah. Torque. No, torque that thing. Torque
Yeah,
it.
right there.
Yep.
He say if it's a swing pass in front of him, that's a 15-yard gain.
That's right.
If it's on his back hip here, it's only a 3-yard gain.
Bingo.
At best.
Something to think about.
Difference.
If you check the feet, that's probably why the ball is not.
Yep.
So I gotta check my feet. I gotta do that one.
Yep. Boom.
Starts with the grind.
Boom.
Pat's better not trade that pick.
Boom.
Boom.
Right on line.
This guy's
Was right on line.
Right on line.
Kick that. Is that a soccer ball? What is that?
Yeah.
Volleyball?
If this ball goes, it's soccer ball. If this ball goes in, I won't be hungover the rest of the day.
Okay. Boom.
All right.
There you go. Universe
All right.
ball.
Yeah, this is a universe.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Me too.
Okay. All right.
All right. Need this.
How about everybody?
I need this so bad.
All right. Me too.
Ooh, good luck, boys.
Good throw. Good throw.
Ooh, good news,
Good night,
though,
B.
guys.
Good night, B.
Good news. Indiana just brought back happy hours, so you guys could just go start drinking
That
again.
was a good move by the governor.
And guess what?
Wait, what happened?
Hangover gone.
We thought about that before the show. That was something that we were contemplating, but we thought that would be a little bit reckless and irresponsible, especially as a dad. You know, I'm a dad.
Sure.
Yeah, can't do that.
So we didn't do that. Even though this weekend, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Good luck out there.
Yep. Good luck. Be
Stay
safe.
safe.
Make good decisions.
Be safe out there.
Bill.
Yo.
Peel.
Bill McComas.
Tick.
Is this
Keep some eyes on Bill McComas. Let's get eyes on, I think, Bruce, maybe, with the way he's feeling, a little spunky.
Yeah, he's very spunky.
Mitt.
He's starting to feel a little spunky. Mitt.
Believe Mitt's going to be in Chicago.
Oh, jeez.
They died at River Green.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone better pro.
The water is green. Huh?
It's gross.
I need to go swim in it now.
Don't do it, man.
What if he did? What if we get reports that Mick gets pulled out?
Is this green water? Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Had to taste it.
Is it hot?
It's green beer.
Is that green tea? I'm tired.
It's a shot.
Is it hot?
When you're out there trying to shillelagh yourself.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, no.
On this St. Patrick's Day. Let's remember that everybody around you is trying to do the same thing, so don't be an asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's be kind to our fellow drunks surrounding us.
Yep.
Let's extend our hand to cheers, not to punch in face.
That's right.
Let's make sure that this St. Patrick's Day is the safest St. Patrick's Day in the history of St. Patrick's.
Hell yeah.
Well said.
Normally, it's about 98% of the people all get the memo. Then there's 2% of these assholes just can't do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you've been that person in the past. You can change.
Yeah.
Let's get that number to 100.
Yeah.
We need more celebrating.
Right.
We need more good times had by people coming together of different backgrounds and different stories and not knowing each other. We need more of St. Patrick's Day's celebrations. But this weekend, as we're celebrating this Irish fucking legend, let's be good to one another.
Hell yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team. Have the greatest weekend of all time. Be safe. Have a good one. We'll see you on Monday. Goodbye.